and the last Nizam of Hyderabad. So in a major Nizam's museum in Hyderabad, in fact, sources say that the antiques could fetch up to 50 crore rupees at an international auction, and those are the visuals of the burglary that happened recently, wherein a gold tiffin box weighing about 2 kilograms, a cup, saucer and spoon studded with rubies, diamonds and emeralds was stolen from the Nizam's museum in Hyderabad. It's not really known how the burglary exactly happened, but all of the items that have been stolen could easily fetch rupees 50 crores at an international auction. In fact, the museum also showcases several personal belongings of Nizams and their family members, and in fact the gifts that were received by Mir Osman Ali Khan, who's the sixth and the last Nizam from 1911 to about 1948, when the Hyderabad state was annexed by India. And the tiffin box, the cup, saucer and spoon that have been stolen, those belong to the family of Nizams, the rulers of the erstwhile Hyderabad state. They were on display along with several other personal belongings of the royal family at the museum, which is located in Purani Haveli, which is one of the palaces of the Nizam of Hyderabad.
म्यूजियम में जो है चोरी हुआ बोल के शौकत ने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर हमारे को कंप्लेंट दिया। इसमें जो है एक गोल्डन का टिफिन बॉक्स और सासर कप और इसके साथ जो है चम्मच, ये पूरा चोरी हुआ, पूरा गोल्डन का है, ये एंटीक पीस है बोल के हमारे को कंप्लेंट करने में हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे हैं।
निज़ाम म्यूजियम से बोल रहा हूँ मैं। मेरा नाम शौकत हुसैन है, मैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर हूँ यहाँ का। आज सुबह म्यूजियम खोलने पे एक शोकेस के अंदर का लॉक टूटा हुआ मिला, और वो लॉक जो है ऊपर से कोई वेंटिलेशन में से कूद के नीचे आया और वहाँ से कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स उठा के ले गया, 3 ऑब्जेक्ट्स। उसके लिए पुलिस यहाँ इन्वेस्टिगेशंस के लिए आई है और पूरा सुबह से इन्वेस्टिगेशन करी है, और हर चीज़ जो है वो लोग काम कर रहे हैं उसके ऊपर। दे विल सून जो है इंशाअल्लाह ब्रेक दिस क्राइम सीन। अंदर सीसीटीवी कैमरे है, सीसीटीवी को डैमेज किया गया, और जब वेंटिलेशन में से उतर रहे थे वहीं पर कैमरा था।
निज़ाम के एक ट्रस्ट का जो म्यूजियम है उसमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रेशियस आइटम्स का एक चोरी हुआ है। ये एंटीक आइटम्स निज़ाम 7th निज़ाम को बिलोंग करते थे। इसमें एक टिफ़िन बॉक्स है और कप्स एंड सॉसर्स है और ट्रे है, जो कि प्रेशियस आइटम से बना हुआ है, गोल्ड विद डायमंड्स एंड रूबीज एंड ऑल। इसमें कम से कम 2 ऑफेंडर्स हैं जिन्होंने एंट्री किया है वेंटिलेटर के थ्रू, और फिर उसके बाद रॉड से अलमारी को ओपन करके ये आइटम्स लेके चले गए हैं। सिटी पुलिस की 15 टीम्स इस पे अभी लगी हुई हैं कल से, और हमें उम्मीद है कि हम बहुत जल्दी इस केस को डिटेक्ट कर पाएंगे।
So the police there suspecting of an insider's role in a burglary that has taken place inside the Nizam's museum in Hyderabad. In fact, a gold tiffin box weighing about 2 kgs, a cup, saucer and spoon, all of them studded with rubies, diamonds and emeralds, all of those were stolen from the Nizam's museum in Hyderabad recently. And in fact, the sources are telling us that antiques that have been stolen, all of those antiques could fetch up to rupees 50 crores at any auction. In fact, the burglars allegedly broke into the museum, which is located in Purani Haveli in the old city of Hyderabad, late on Sunday night. And the police are currently investigating this case. However, they are alleging that an insider could be involved in this massive burglary that has taken place in Hyderabad's Nizam Museum on Sunday night. Changing tracks now, Malayalam actor Mohanlal has met Prime Minister Modi, even as speculations are rife that the actor may be fielded by BJP during next year's Lok Sabha poll. So that's the latest update that we have for you as far as Malayalam actor Mohanlal is concerned. He's recently met Prime Minister Modi, even as speculations are rife that the actor may be fielded by the BJP during the next year's Lok Sabha polls. In fact, it is upon speculations are also rife that it is upon the insistence of the RSS that the BJP has decided to sort of field actor Mohanlal even as he meets Prime Minister Modi. And we will soon get you more details on this big breaking update. But those are the visuals of that meeting on your television screens. Sources are also telling us that RSS had planned to field Mohanlal during next year's Lok Sabha polls, and this meeting of the actor with Prime Minister Narendra Modi happened recently, even as speculations are rife that RSS has wanted to field the actor as a candidate from the party during next year's Lok Sabha polls. All right, for more details on this big breaking story, we're now joined by our senior editor, Ravi. Ravi, what more details do you have for us?
Itself describes all the details, Sumita, and if at all there is any truth in our sources claiming that the BJP is looking at fielding Mohanlal as its face from Kerala come 2019 Lok Sabha elections, then one has to admit that this is very, very strategic. It will be a masterstroke in the event of that happening. Because let's understand that Mohanlal has a significant fan following in Kerala. There are thousands and lakhs of people who swear by his name. He's an immensely popular actor who has delivered hits after hits. And of course, he's also part of many, many associations in Kerala. He's also the head of AMA, the Artists Association in Kerala. In the event of he being roped in as the face of the BJP in 2019, then it will pay rich dividends to Bharatiya Janata Party, because that is exactly what their strategy has been with all the kinds of campaigning that they have been doing. For Samarthan campaign that has been led by BJP National President Amit Shah, and they have been meeting a series of actors and all. Now, this comes definitely as a big move in the event of this happening. What our sources are telling us at this point in time, Sumita, is the fact that the RSS is very keen on having Mohanlal as the face of the BJP come next year's general elections. This meeting, though there is no official reason as to why it happened, at least as of now, it fuels further fire to speculations. And of course, I think all the other parties in the state of Kerala will be a concerned lot, given the fact that in the event of the BJP roping in Mohanlal, then they would have struck a master stroke.
What we are also learning is the fact that the initial plan was to in fact field former Kerala BJP chief, who's Komam Rajshekaran, as the candidate. If you could confirm that for us.
Well, no information on that yet. I'll have to get more information on that before I could confirm that for you. But I'm talking from the perspective of Mohanlal being roped into the BJP. Let's understand that he's a very, very prominent figure, somebody who has got enormous fan following in Kerala. And if he comes in, there's also a strategy that has been going on for a fairly long time. The BJP has been trying desperately to make inroads into Kerala. You know, in the recent past also, there have been a series of clashes between BJP and the Communist Party workers, and the CPIM workers are not allowing BJP to penetrate deeper. In fact, when there was a rally that was conducted by Amit Shah also earlier this year as well as last year, you know, the turnout wasn't really very, very inspirational. But the BJP is hellbent, is very, very keen on penetrating into the state, because still now they do not really have much of a presence. If you rope in somebody like a Mohanlal, and if you also try and bring in some other influential figures from across domains, then that will really help BJP penetrate into the south, because as of now, apart from Karnataka, they do not have much of a presence in any of the other southern states. Now, the dream of the BJP to actually have a countrywide reach, a countrywide spread, will only be realized if they manage to get into the thick of things in southern states, if they manage to rope in some of the big names, some of the biggest actors or other public figures, and increase their own reach. Now, if you have these kind of influential figures, this will certainly translate into votes come 2019 Lok Sabha polls. Not just that, even then, you know, going forward also during the state elections, and the BJP can actually stake a claim to government formation.
So, thanks very much, Ravi, for bringing in all of those perspectives and a comprehensive view of this big breaking update. So, actor Mohanlal to contest Lok Sabha polls on BJP's ticket, and that was our senior editor Ravi who was giving us all of those details. So indeed a masterstroke by the BJP, considering Mohanlal has a pretty good fan following in the southern states, and of course this is critically important for a party that's trying to make inroads into the south of India. And on that note, it's time for us to slip into a quick break, but more news and updates continue on the other side.
You're watching India Ahead.
हेलो डार्लिंग। अरे यहाँ भी लोग अंताक्षरी खेल रहे हैं। अच्छा, हम भी खेले फोन पे। जा 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 कबूतर, पहले प्यार की पहली चिट्ठी।
The Matrix SIM card you can talk on and on and on because it doesn't cost the earth.
एक, दो, तीन। जाओ, मैं बात नहीं करती।
Get free calls and unlimited data with Matrix SIM card.
Hi, मैं हूँ फारा खान and you're watching India Ahead.
Hi, this is Shahid Kapoor and you're watching India Ahead.
In a world that is rapidly changing, we bring you news that directly impacts your world. From bilateral agreements to global power play, India has come a long way. Dissecting facts from fiction, we bring you the bigger picture. Join me, Sana Khan, as I track international news, bringing you perspectives that shape India's world. Watch Weekly World Wrap weekends at 4:30 p.m. only on India Ahead.
Hi, I'm Nusha Durucha and you're watching India Ahead.
Hello everybody and my best wishes to India Ahead channel. They've been doing really well and I wish them all the very best.
16 years as a journalist, for me personally, has been a great learning experience. Political reportage in states here at the center has all helped me understand the finer nuances of this profession. It's undoubtedly a very, very exciting phase of my life. But during these past 16 years, I have always wondered, we in the Indian media always love to debate and discuss a problem. We in the media have frankly never experimented with a problem-solving mindset. In fact, we are fueled by a problem highlighting and in some cases, a problem-creating mindset. You expose a politician, a bureaucrat, a businessman, a film star immediately when you start seeking solutions. Those who have solutions will shine and those who don't will perish. I think this is the expectation that a new India has of its journalism, of its country, and this is exactly what is going to take India ahead.
You're watching India Ahead.
Welcome back. You're watching the afternoon news. And the other big story, a Tuticorin court has granted bail to the Tamil Nadu-based writer who was arrested yesterday at the Tuticorin airport for raising anti-BJP slogans in front of the party's Tamil Nadu chief Tamil Sai Soundarya Rajan. As per reports, the passenger shouted fascist BJP down now, and while the BJP was waiting to collect her luggage after travelling together on a flight. In fact, Sophia Lewis has been charged with causing public nuisance under Section 290 of the IPC and for causing breach of public peace under Section 75(1)(c) of the Tamil Nadu City Police Act 1888.
Indigo Airlines இருந்து நானும் என் மனைவி மகள் லாய் சோபியா 3 பேரும் இந்த ஃப்ளைட்டில் வந்தோம். ஃப்ளைட் வந்து லேண்ட் ஆன பிறகு தமிழிசை அவர்கள் வந்து என் மகளை கடந்து வரும்போது பாசிச பாஜக அரசு ஒழிகன்னு சொன்னான். அதை தவிர்த்துட்டு வேறு எந்த வார்த்தையும் சொல்லலை. அந்த அம்மா முறைச்சி பார்த்துட்டு போயிடுச்சு. போய் ஏர்போர்ட்டுக்குள்ளே வந்தவுடனே தமிழிசையும் சரி அவங்க தொண்டர்களும் சரி 10-20 பேர் எங்களை கூடி நின்றுட்டு என்னுடைய மகளை அசிங்கமாக பேசினாங்க. பேச்சுரிமைப்படி நான் வந்து பாஜக அரசு நியாயமான முறையில் நடக்கலை, பாசிச முறையில் நடந்துக்கிறது அப்படின்னு தான் அதுதான் சொல்கிறேன். அதை தவிர நான் வேறு எதுவும் சொல்லலை அப்படிங்கிறது அவளுடைய ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்டு. இவ்வளோ நேரம் போலீஸ் கஸ்டடியில் வைக்கிறது வந்து அது நியாயம்னு படலை எனக்கு. உடனே ஏதாவது விசாரித்து கோர்ட்டுக்கு போனால் கோர்ட்டில் கொண்டு போய் இருந்திருக்கணும். இவ்வளோ நேரம் 7:30 மணி வரைக்கும், காலையில் 11:30 மணிலேருந்து 7:30 மணி வரைக்கும் எதுக்கு அவங்க நான் கொடுத்த புகார் மேலே அவங்க நடவடிக்கை எடுக்கணும். ஆமாம், நீதிமன்றம் மூலமாக சட்டப்படி என்ன நடவடிக்கை உண்டோ அதை நாங்கள் செய்வோம்.
Moving on, the recent floods in Kerala have brought the state government's unpreparedness to deal with natural calamities once again to the fore. Now, the latest in the row is Central Water Commissioner CWC pointing out the impact of the deluge that could have in fact been reduced, as it says, if the flood mapping was done on time. In fact, the CWC has now issued a report on the guidelines for mapping floods and risk associated with dams in January. However, the Kerala state failed to pay heed to the directions of the CWC. This, of course, clearly reveals the lapses on the part of the Kerala State Electricity Board and the Irrigation Department. The CWC has also pointed out the absence of flood mapping that had in fact increased the impact of floods when the 3 dams of Sabrigiri hydroelectric project were in fact opened. So Harigiri is Kerala's second largest hydroelectric project. And what we're also learning is that the regions of Pathanamthitta and Chenganur were flooded as no warning was issued about the possible extent to which waters in the dam could reach. So a report by the Central Water Commissioner CWC is pointing out that the impact of the deluge, the severe floods that affected the state of Kerala, could have been reduced if flood mapping in the state by authorities was done on time. This, of course, once again has revealed the state government's unpreparedness to deal with natural calamities. Time for us to slip into a quick break, but more news and updates will continue on the other side.
You're watching India Ahead.
A psychological war on the minds of the young Indian, where they are lured into ending their own life. We here at India Ahead have decided that we will float 10 new challenges for the youth and dare them to take them up. The Donate Blood Challenge, a Good Samaritan Challenge, try taking up an anti-road rage challenge, No Drink and Drive Challenge, Adopt a Granny Challenge, Anti-Public Urination Challenge, Help Kerala Challenge, Anti-Suicide Challenge, and Play a Sport Challenge. Let's see what the youth of this country can do. Do they have it in them to take these challenges up?
Hi, I'm Tiska Chopra. आप देख रहे हैं India Ahead. Keep watching.
India, fasting, feasting, flavors and full tables. a food show that comes to you straight from the city of the Nizams.
The land of fire and spice. Really good.
An American style with a desi tadka.
Deadly delicious nitrogen ice cream. From bamboo biryani to noodle samosas.
Exotic bamboo biryani, kebabs and the local Hyderabadi cuisines. This is all about bubble waffles.
From Satvik monsoon to super cool pub grub.
The finest of cuisines from around the country.
India's food festival begins every Saturday afternoon at 1:30. Only on Mealstone.
4,900 shares sold.
54 for 2,000 shares.
निफ्टी ने 10,700 के स्तर को पार कर लिया है।
आज सुबह से ही रफ्तार में मार्केट 5,000 trades of 50.
I'm out. तेजी के साथ बढ़ रहा है बाजार।
What's he doing?
You know what he's doing. It's 15,000 again.
Call at 44,000 shares.
He's almost got it. Sold.
90 bid away.
Not yet almost.
That's it.
Not enough to get it down.
Let's close it up.
Look beyond the markets. What's happening in the world of business? And how does it affect you? A health check on the state of your economy. Join me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make your news my business. Only on India Ahead.
You're watching India Ahead.
Welcome back. You're watching India Ahead and I'm Sumita Kareer. Now, a Tuticorin court has granted bail to the Tamil Nadu-based writer who was arrested yesterday at the Tuticorin airport for raising anti-BJP slogans in front of the party's Tamil Nadu chief Tamilisai Soundararajan. In fact, if we go by the reports, the passenger shouted "Fascist BJP down now," while the BJP chief was waiting to collect her luggage after travelling together on a flight. The passenger, Sophia Louis, who's been charged with causing public nuisance under Section 290 of the IPC, and she's also been charged with causing breach of public peace under Section 75(1)(c) of the Tamil Nadu City Police Act. So, just immediately after she was charged with causing public nuisance, a Tuticorin court has granted bail to the Tamil Nadu-based writer who was arrested yesterday at the Tuticorin airport. She was in fact travelling with the Tamil Nadu chief T. Soundararajan. And for more details on this crucial story that we're tracking, we have a correspondent, Shrestha Tiwari, joining us on the line. Shrestha, so now
Well, yes, Sumita, that is the kind of notion that the Tamil Nadu chief BJP state president Tamilisai Soundararajan gave out yesterday when she had got into a scuffle between a word of exchange that she had with this co-passenger called Louis Sophia, who was traveling with her while she was coming back to Tuticorin. Now, this student who studies, who's a research student in Canada, she was traveling from Canada to Tamil Nadu yesterday, and on the same aircraft is where Tamilisai Soundararajan as well was traveling, and apparently the student had started raising these slogans inside the aircraft, but at that time Tamilisai did not go ahead and respond to it, and her argument being that she did not want to put in safety was in her mind of the other passengers that were traveling with her, and that is why when the girl again repeatedly made these slogans after coming out of the aircraft and collecting the luggage, the baggage area is where the student again raised these slogans. And that is when Tamilisai lost her cool and went ahead and started arguing with her, saying that how can she go ahead and make these statements. Although the student says that it is the freedom of speech and she could go ahead and say anything that she wants to, and this was not a direct remark that she
have filed a counter FIR. Has any action been taken on that counter FIR as yet in this case?
a counter FIR was made by her father now, but there was no, the complaint wasn't taken into account because immediately there were investigations made and a counter FIR hasn't been made in terms of her bail as well. So therefore, there was no objection on her bail, but there was one thing that the justice who was hearing this particular case was the bail plea was that he went ahead and advised the student's father, saying that make sure that the girl does not go ahead and make such statements again. Remember, this was the same girl who had written several research articles on the Tuticorin killings as well, and even before she boarded the flight, there was a tweet on her Twitter handle which said that she is traveling with Tamilisai Soundararajan and that she feels like saying this statement, fascist BJP down down, and after which is when she went ahead and actually did that, what she had mentioned in her tweet, and for which she was afraid. She made a comment in her tweet saying she was afraid that she would be kicked out of the aircraft, and a similar incident did happen wherein she was put in judicial custody, remanded for 15 days until last evening. But today there has been a bail granted for her, and no counter objections coming in for that.
Right, so no counter objections, Shrestha, like you said. Just hold on to your thoughts for a bit. We're getting a bite of the Tamil Nadu chieftain Soundararajan in this case. Let's quickly listen into what she has to say about this entire issue.
விமானம் தரையிறங்கியது. எனது இருக்கையின் எண் 3, சோபியாவின் இருக்கை எண் 8. நான் 3வது இருக்கையிலிருந்து அவர்களை கடந்து செல்லும் பொழுது விமானத்திற்குள்ளேயே கைகளை உயர்த்தி என்னை நோக்கி எழுந்து பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி பாசிச ஆட்சி ஒழிக என்று சத்தம் போட்டார்கள். நான் திரும்பி பார்த்துவிட்டு ஏதோ சின்ன பெண் பேசுகிறார்கள் என்று மறுபடியும் நான் திரும்பினேன். மறுபடியும் அதே கோஷத்தை போட்டாங்க. ஆனா நாகரீகம் கருதி விமானத்திற்குள்ள நான் எனது எதிர்ப்பை தெரிவிக்கவே இல்லை. ஏன்னா விமானத்திற்குள்ள பேசக்கூடாது என்ற விதிமுறை எனக்கு தெரியும். வெளியே இறங்கி கேட்கறதுக்காக நான் நின்று கொண்டிருந்தேன். ஆனா அந்த விமானத்தின் பாதுகாப்பு கருதி, மற்ற பயணிகளின் பாதுகாப்பு கருதி அப்பவும் நான் ஒன்னும் சொல்லல. விமான வரவேற்பறைக்கு வந்தேன். அப்பொழுது என்னை பார்த்து முறைத்து கொண்டே போனார்கள். அப்ப நான் கேட்டேன், விமானத்திற்குள்ள இப்படி கோஷம் போடுவது சரியான்னு கேட்டேன். என்ன நான் சொன்னேன், பேச்சுரிமை இருக்கட்டும், ஆனா மேடை போட்டு பேசுங்க, நானும் விவாதிக்கிறேன், நீங்களும் விவாதிங்க. விமானம் மற்ற பயணிகளுக்கானது, அத்தனை பேருக்கும் அதே உரிமை இருக்கிறது. உங்களுக்கு பேச்சுரிமை இருக்கிறது, அவர்களுக்கு அமைதியாக விமானத்தில் பயணம் செய்ய உரிமை இருக்கிறது. அதனால் பொது தளத்தில் குறிப்பாக விமானத்திற்குள் இப்படி பேசியது தவறு என்று சொன்னேன்.
Sure. And now moving out of the story and going across to my colleague Sakshi from Hyderabad, who's had a chat with AIMIM leader Saduddin Owaisi on the Hyderabad's blast case. Let's go across.
Joining me is MIM Chief Saduddin Owaisi. Sir, in this Gokul Lumini twin blast verdict has been announced, 2 are convicted and 2 have been acquitted. First reaction, how do you see the verdict, sir?
Now, you see, this incident happened in 2007 in the month of August, on 25th of August. Now 4 people were arrested. Farooq and Sadiq has been acquitted by the courts of law. Now 9 years they have been in jail. The courts find them not guilty. 42 people have lost their lives. The lawyer of Sadiq tells me that all the evidence against the accused was circumstantial. The eyewitnesses were also produced after 1 year of the terrorist bomb blast. So this has not led to the closure for the victims' families. In fact, it has opened their old wounds. And I for sure, I know one particular family who lost their daughter, Mrs. Sharma. So, they must be really confused now. And I really sympathize with them. I know, and if they feel in that way, they have all the right to feel in that way. So, I hope that people who have really done this crime of taking lives of Hyderabadis in Lumbini and Gokul Chat, they should be arrested. and they should face the full music of the law.
Sir, in earlier cases also we have seen that how investigation agencies will pick up people and then later they'll be acquitted. In this case also we are seeing that 2 are acquitted and you're raising questions on that. So how do you see the investigation agencies are working when terrorist cases are concerned?
Well, you see, 42 people losing their lives, if you see it from the victim's perspective, they would be really unhappy. And if you see from the perspective of those 2 people who have been Sadiq and other who have been acquitted, they'll also be asking a question that why did you keep us in prison for 9 years? So unfortunately, when terrorist offences have happened, that professionalism which we hoped and expected from the investigating agencies have not been shown. And it has, once again, it has been proven, whether it is Makkah Masjid blast, whether it is Gokul blast or Lumbini blast, that kind of professionalism was not shown by the investigating agencies, and the victims, whether it is victims of Makkah Masjid blast or victims of Gokul chart. Now, for them, they have so many questions which I as a public representative cannot answer those questions, because they have all the right to ask those questions that how will it lead to the closure for us? What about justice for us? So, unfortunately, the investigating agencies have not done their work properly. And the question will also be raised by those 2 people that why did we lose our 9 years?
11 years it has taken for this case also in several other cases. Do you think now the time has come for cases to be resolved soon? Because it said justice delayed is justice denied. How do you see that the court cases in such matters, they should be expedited?
You see, expedited is not an immediate thing, but what we require is a professional investigation by the investigating agencies, and they should not be controlled by the respective governments who are in power. And they should not be, like for example, there is a huge evidence in Makkah Masjid blast. People have given confession, but the courts found them not guilty because the public prosecutor didn't do his job properly. So these are the questions, unless and until you make the investigating agencies independent from the ruling party and they do their work irrespective of who the victim is, who the party in power is, because end of the day, these are terrorist offences, and unless and until we as a country allow our investigating agencies to be independent, to do their work and to ensure that justice is done, especially to the victims who have lost their lives. And unfortunately, whether it's Makkah Masjid or these 2 bomb blasts, victims are feeling that justice has not been done to them.
Just one last question. There are a lot of victims who are demanding compensation which was not given to them. Do you think that the present government here should really take the demands, and all the victims who have been denied of the compensation, they should look into it?
Well, there is a policy of giving compensation, and if the Gokul chart and Lumbini blast victims' families have not got compensation, then definitely I would demand that the government should come to the rescue. Though compensation would not bring back their loved ones, but at least because they have lost an erring member of the family, they have lost, so that will work as some sort of compensation. And I totally agree with you that if such cases are there, then I request the government to kindly look into it and to show their compassion and to take up this issue.
Thank you, sir, for speaking to India Ahead.
Thank you. Crime of taking lives of Hyderabadis in Lumbini and Gokul Chat, they should be arrested and they should face the full music of the law.
Sir, in earlier cases also we have seen that how investigation agencies will pick up people and then later they'll be acquitted. In this case also we are seeing that 2 are acquitted and you're raising questions on that. So how do you see the investigation agencies are working when terrorist cases are concerned?
Well, you see, 42 people losing their lives, if you see it from the victim's perspective, they would be really unhappy. And if you see from the perspective of those 2 people who have been Sadiq and other who have been acquitted, they will also be asking a question that why did you keep us in prison for 9 years? So unfortunately, when terrorist offences have happened, that professionalism which we hoped and expected from the investigating agencies have not been shown. And it has, once again, it has been proven, whether it is Makkah Masjid blast, whether it is Gokul blast or Lumbini blast, that kind of professionalism was not shown by the investigating agencies. And the victims, whether it is victims of Makkah Masjid blast or victims of Gokul chart, Now, for them, they have so many questions which I as a public representative cannot answer those questions, because they have all the right to ask those questions that how will it lead to the closure for us? What about justice for us? So, unfortunately, the investigating agencies have not done their work properly. And the question will also be raised by those two people that why did we lose our 9 years?
11 years it has taken for this case, also in several other cases. Do you think now the time has come for cases to be resolved soon? Because it said justice delayed is justice denied. How do you see that the court cases in such matters, they should be expedited?
You see, expedited is not an immediate thing, but what we require is a professional investigation by the investigating agencies, and they should not be controlled by the respective governments who are in power. And they should not be, like for example, there's a huge evidence in Makkah Masjid blast. People have given confession, but the courts found them not guilty because the public prosecutor didn't do his job properly. So these are the questions, unless and until you make the investigating agency independent from the ruling party and they do their work irrespective of who the victim is, who the party in power is, because end of the day, these are terrorist offences, and unless and until we as a country allow our investigating agencies to be independent, to do their work and to ensure that justice is done, especially to the victims who have lost their lives. And unfortunately, whether it's Makkah Masjid or these two bomb blasts, victims are feeling that justice has not been done to them.
Just one last question. There are a lot of victims who are demanding compensation which was not given to them. Do you think that the present government here should really take the demands, and all the victims who have been denied of the compensation, they should look into it?
Well, there is a policy of giving compensation, and if the Gokul Chat and Lumbini blast victims' families have not got compensation, then definitely I would demand that the government should come to the rescue. Though compensation would not bring back their loved ones, but at least because they have lost an erring member of the family, they have lost, so that will work as some sort of compensation. And I totally agree with you that if such cases are there, then I request the government to kindly look into it and to show their compassion and to take up this issue.
Thank you, sir, for speaking to India Ahead.
Thank you. Wait.
And while Kerala is gradually recovering from the devastating floods that wreaked havoc in July and August, and the people of Kerala are now forced to battle new challenges. Communicable diseases in the state have killed about 84 people since the beginning of August, including 20 people alone who've been reported to be dead in the past 2 days. In fact, Health Ministry has notified that as of Sunday, there had been nearly 200 confirmed cases of deaths due to leptospirosis, or what is locally known as rat fever. Kozhikode and Wayanad reported the maximum number of cases with near about 30 deaths related to rat fever. In fact, special isolation wards are now being set up in these areas to battle the outbreak of the disease. In fact, Health Minister K.K. Shelja has said that there was no need to panic as the state government has been taking preventive measures to contain the communicable disease. The minister has also advised people in flood-affected areas to take precautions and, of course, take proper precautions to avoid contraction of the disease. In fact, the health minister has also said that authorities are currently distributing tablets in flood-hit areas to prevent the further outbreak of leptospirosis. And in fact, separate wards have also been created for patients who've been reported who've been diagnosed with leptospirosis. The minister also added that though the rain has stopped, chances of dengue outbreak are still high. She also added, saying that all local bodies have been asked to go for cleaning campaign to eliminate sources of the vector-borne disease. Kerala has currently 18 general hospitals, 16 district hospitals and 231 community healthcare centres. And the state's Health and Family Welfare Department has notified that at least 481 PHCs, 137 CHCs and 19 dispensaries were badly damaged in the floods, after which the state sought help from the Union Health Ministry. The healthcare system needs to further gear up and more so quickly as lakhs of people in relief camps return home and seek medical services. So that's the latest update that we have from the flood-ravaged Kerala. And even as the state is recovering from devastating floods that have wreaked havoc in July and August, the people of Kerala are now faced with a new challenge: the breakout of communicable diseases and in particular leptospirosis, what is commonly known as rat fever. In fact, what we know is that 200 confirmed cases of leptospirosis have been reported, with Kozhikode and Wayanad reporting the maximum number of cases, with near about 30 deaths related to rat fever. And like I was mentioning earlier, even before the rains and floods receded in Kerala, fear and panic for diseases and epidemics has currently gripped the state. And sure enough, hundreds of cases of fever have been registered. The Health Ministry has sounded a high alert in all the 14 districts of Kerala. So that's the latest update that we have from you from the flood-ravaged Kerala. That after the floods receded, there's now a danger of
the flood-ravaged state is now in the spurt of communicable diseases, with the rise in the number of confirmation and deaths due to dengue, malaria and leptospirosis, which is now turning almost into an epidemic. Leptospirosis is a kind of zoonosis, a group of diseases that can be transmitted to humans from animals. The distribution of the suspected confirmed cases shows that most of the incidents have been reported from areas that were affected severely due to the floods. Leptospirosis is a disease caused by a bacteria called Leptospira and is detected in areas of massive flooding or rainfall. This communicable disease can be transmitted through cuts and abrasions of skin, or being around infected animals can cause a spread of the disease. Those working with pets, sewer workers, meat handlers and agricultural workers are at a risk of catching the disease. The incubation period for rat fever is between 5 to 14 days. Commonly known as the rat fever, this virus is difficult to diagnose clinically and the symptoms are very similar to dengue, typhoid and viral hepatitis. Those affected with this virus have a persistent high-grade fever, nausea and vomiting. And the best way to stay safe from contracting the disease is by wearing protective clothes, treating skin lesions with waterproof dressing and avoiding any contact with dead animals. Bureau Report, India Ahead.
So yet another challenge awaits the Kerala government, even as it dealt with the aftermath of those massive floods that created havoc in the state. And now fresh new cases of leptospirosis or rat fever are currently on the rise. Now moving on to the other crucial stories, Supreme Court has dismissed a petition that was filed by Lieutenant Colonel Shrikant Prasad Purohit seeking an SIT probe in the Malegaon blasts case of 2006. Purohit was in custody for almost 9 years until he was released last year. In fact, Lieutenant Colonel Purohit had moved the Supreme Court a week earlier, and he'd also sought a special investigations team or SIT to probe into the matter that is pertaining to his alleged abduction and torture by the Anti-Terrorism Squad or ATS in 2008. Lieutenant Colonel Purohit was allegedly arrested for masterminding the blasts in Malegaon. And today, the Supreme Court has dismissed a petition that was filed by Lieutenant Colonel Purohit, who is seeking an SIT probe in the Malegaon blast case of 2006. In fact, what we know is that Lieutenant Colonel Purohit had moved the Supreme Court a week earlier and had sought a special investigation team probe into the matter, claiming that is alleged abduction and torture by the anti-terrorism squad in 2008. What's next? And moving on to some business news updates, India has clocked in a growth of 8.2% for the first quarter of fiscal year 2018-19, and this has been called the bottoming out of the economy after a GDP growth of 5.7% a year ago. Now, what's responsible for the great pickup and what's really the need of the hour? Here's a report on that.
Expanded the fastest in 9 quarters and grew 8.2% in the first quarter of financial year ending March 2019. The growth was seen on the back of robust consumer spending and the strong growth in manufacturing and construction sectors. The high growth rate was also aided by a low base effect that was 5.6% in the period between April to June 2017.
The economy's performance is back to very normal good growth path is complete. We had over 8% of quarterly growth, I think last time in the first quarter of 2016-17. Now with after 8 quarters we are at 8.2%. I spoke to you last year when we had the GDP dip to 5.7%, that this is the bottoming out of the economy and we will see a V-shaped recovery taking shape now. And with this quarter, I think that V-shaped recovery process is complete. So from 8.1 we started reducing, and then now we've come to 8.2%. which signals economic growth now on a very steady, high growth path.
Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said in a tweet, India's GDP for the first quarter this year growing at 8.2% in an otherwise environment of global turmoil represents the potential of New India. Reforms and fiscal prudence are serving us well. India is witnessing an expansion of the new middle class. Former Finance Minister P. Chidambaram also tweeted saying he is happy that the growth rate has quickened, but it is based on the lowest base year growth of 5.6% in the last 8 quarters. Going forward, the base effect will not be so favorable, and when we reach quarter 3 and quarter 4, the rate of growth may decline and the annual growth rate may be more or less like last year's. If you look at the best performing sectors, then the performance of industry and agriculture have encouragingly improved. Construction activity has also rebounded strongly, growing at 8.7% in April to June from 1.8% in the same quarter last year.
बिल्कुल देखी जाएगी, और देखिए कृषि क्षेत्र की जो बात है वो तो बहुत ही कामयाबी की बात है, क्योंकि पिछले क्वार्टर में 3% थी, जबकि औसत जो है पिछले 10-15 साल का 2.6 रहता है, और इस बार ये 5.3 हो गई इस क्वार्टर में। और अब ये जो क्वार्टर जीता है वो अप्रैल से जून वाला है, ये तो थोड़ा लीन क्वार्टर होता है, मगर अभी इस साल मानसून भी हमारी बहुत ही नॉर्मली है बिल्कुल, और अच्छी बुआई भी हुई है। और अब क्योंकि ये जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग की ग्रोथ 13% हो गई है, ये फिर अब बढ़ती रहेगी, तो इसलिए आने वाले क्वार्टर में मैं करीब शर्तिया कह सकता हूँ कि दूसरे तिमाही में ग्रोथ रेट 8% से ज़्यादा चलेगी और शायद 8.5% होगी।
What we should note is the fact that post-demonetization, India was nowhere near the 8% growth mark, and the near-term shocks in the economy on account of GST and demonetization, shocks were dragging down growth by a good margin. So the question is the economy finally past the slowdown phase? Well, the next few quarters could offer a pattern. If the momentum sustains, India could end up above 7.5% average growth in the financial year 2019. If that is achieved, then there are even hopes of returning to an above 8% growth levels. The red flag though is the trend in gross fixed capital formation numbers. While the growth is healthy there, as a percentage of GDP, the share is not picking up significantly yet. Bureau Report, India Ahead.
So clearly a massive boost for the economy that has been reeling under the after effects of demonetization and the government's mega tax reform, GST. And before we end the bulletin, there's good news for all our India Ahead viewers. Get up to date with all the latest news and live TV on your mobile phone now with India Ahead's news app. You can download it free on the Play Store, and this is for all Android users.
Get the new India Ahead news app available on Play Store for all Android users. Download now. You're watching India Ahead.
Hi, I'm Sayumi Kher and you're watching me on India Ahead.
लोग जब बाहर जाते हैं कहते हैं डेटा नहीं चाहिए। हेलो, डेटा कैसे नहीं चाहिए बेटा? गूगल मैप्स तो खोलोगे और उबर कैसे बुलाओगे बेटा? सेल्फी के सामने वाली सेल्फी ट्वीट तो करोगे? कैसे चलेगा ये सब बिना डेटा के? माईफाई के साथ ऑल डिवाइसेस कनेक्टेड और डेटा आपकी पॉकेट में, मतलब आगे आगे आप, पीछे पीछे डेटा तो चाहिए बेटा। मैट्रिक्स, कुछ तो बात है इनमें।
So when was the last time you went to the jungle? Actually, you don't need to. Every night, it comes to you for free on the television news channels.
बिना पढ़े, बिना तैयारी किए, बिना टीवी देखे आप आके बैठ गए यहाँ टीवी पे बोलने के लिए। बोल चुके। यहाँ सवाल का जवाब देना होगा। एक सेकंड, आपको जाना है तो चले जाइए। जा रहे हैं हम, चले जाइए।
How dare you say you leave?
I will say what I want. It's my show.
Where debate becomes a dogfight and news becomes noise.
You don't have the guts to answer the specific question. That is why you're running away from it.
And journalists become judges for options, not just opinions, for solutions, not just suggestions, for answers, not just questions. Join us every weeknight, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. only on India Ahead.
Hi, this is Kritika Kamra and you're watching India Ahead.
They promise to disrupt yesterday's status quo. They look to provide solutions where others are still asking questions. Bold, sharp, savvy, they dare to dream. But is the startup landscape churning inspiring stories?
Join me, Shruti Mathur, as I try to understand not just what makes India among the world's startup capitals, but also what makes the Deccan the startup capital of India and what really goes into taking India ahead.
I wish India Ahead all the very best for the new news channel.
You're watching India Ahead.
Welcome back. You're watching the afternoon news and I'm Sumita Khareed. Now, let's first quickly take a look at the top stories. Malayalam actor Mohanlal meets Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. This as sources say that the RSS is planning to field the veteran actor as its candidate for the next year's Lok Sabha polls. Two convicted while others two acquitted in the Hyderabad twin blast case. One of the acquitted to be tried in a separate case 495 of 2013. A court to pronounce quantum of punishment next Monday. Jewels estimated to be worth 50 crore rupees as per the current market value burgled from the Nizam's museum in Purani Haveli in Hyderabad. Police suspects an insider's role. Did the Kerala government fail to manage its dam water? Well, CWC had given directions to reduce flood impact if the dams were to be opened. But did the Kerala government fail to map the flood and follow those directions? After After floods, Kerala now ravaged by waterborne diseases. Over 200 confirmed cases of leptospirosis reported. Death toll from the beginning of August rises to about 84, including 20 deaths in the past 2 days alone. .325 killed and over 15,000 displaced in Uttar Pradesh as monsoon now unleashes its fury on northern India. Continuous spells of heavy rain witnessed in UP, Uttarakhand and even New Delhi. And Ulster cooked to hang up his boots after the final India-England test. Woeful run in the ongoing series against India prompts England's most successful test batsman to call it quits. Cook says nothing left in the tank now. We'll go to all of those stories during the course of the next half an hour. But first, our top story. Now, in a major burglary in Hyderabad, a gold tiffin box weighing about 2 kgs, a cup saucer and a spoon studded with rubies, diamonds and emeralds was stolen from Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad on Sunday. Now, according to sources, the antiques could easily fetch up to 15 crore rupees if placed at an international auction. In fact, burglars allegedly broke into the museum located in the Purani Haveli in the old city of Hyderabad late on Sunday night. The museum authority has lodged a complaint with the Mir Chowk police station after they found the valuables missing yesterday. The tiffin box, cup, saucer and spoon belonged to the family of Nizams, who were the rulers of the erstwhile Hyderabad state. And all of those things were on display along with several other personal belongings of the royal family at the Nizam's Museum, which is located in Purani Haveli in Hyderabad. So, a major burglary happened in Hyderabad last Sunday, wherein a gold tiffin box weighing about 2 kgs, a cup, saucer and spoon were stolen from Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad, and they could be valued at about 50 crore rupees if placed at an international auction. However, the police are suspecting an insider's role in the burglary that happened last Sunday. In fact, the police have now registered a case and investigations are currently on. Examination of the crime scene has also revealed that a burglar entered the room through a wooden ventilator and used a rope to scale the wall. The thieves were allegedly well versed with the layout of the room, and just as they twisted the CCTV camera beneath the ventilator.
म्यूजियम में जो है चोरी हुआ बोल के शौकत ने एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर हमारे को कंप्लेंट दिया। इसमें जो है एक गोल्डन का टिफिन बॉक्स और सासर कप और इसके साथ जो है चम्मच, ये पूरा चोरी हुआ, पूरा गोल्डन का है, ये एंटीक पीस है बोल के हमारे को कंप्लेंट करने में हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे हैं।
निज़ाम म्यूजियम से बोल रहा हूँ मैं। मेरा नाम शौकत हुसैन है, मैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर हूँ यहाँ का। आज सुबह म्यूजियम खोलने पे एक शोकेस के अंदर का लॉक टूटा हुआ मिला और वो लॉक जो है ऊपर से कोई वेंटिलेशन में से कूद के नीचे आया और वहाँ से कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स उठा के ले गया, 3 ऑब्जेक्ट्स। उसके लिए पुलिस यहाँ इन्वेस्टिगेशंस के लिए आई है और पूरा सुबह से इन्वेस्टिगेशन करी है और हर चीज़ जो है वो लोग काम कर रहे हैं उसके ऊपर। दे विल सून जो है इंशाअल्लाह ब्रेक दिस क्राइम सीन। अंदर सीसीटीवी कैमरे है, सीसीटीवी को डैमेज किया गया और जब वेंटिलेशन में से उतर रहे थे वहीं पर कैमरा था।
निज़ाम के एक ट्रस्ट का जो म्यूजियम है उसमें एक इम्पोर्टेंट प्रेशियस आइटम्स का एक चोरी हुआ है। ये एंटीक आइटम्स निज़ाम 7th निज़ाम को बिलोंग करते थे। इसमें एक टिफिन बॉक्स है और कप्स एंड सॉसर्स है और ट्रे है जो कि प्रेशियस आइटम से बना हुआ है, गोल्ड विद डायमंड्स एंड रूबीज एंड ऑल। इसमें कम से कम 2 ऑफेंडर्स हैं जिन्होंने एंट्री किया है वेंटिलेटर के थ्रू और फिर उसके बाद रॉड से अलमारी को ओपन करके ये आइटम्स लेके चले गए हैं। सिटी पुलिस की 15 टीम्स इस पे अभी लगी हुई हैं कल से और हमें उम्मीद है कि हम बहुत जल्दी इस केस को डिटेक्ट कर पाएंगे।
tiffin box weighing about 2 kgs, a cup, saucer and a spoon, who were all studded with rubies, diamonds and precious stones, were stolen from the Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad. In fact, the police have registered a case. However, they're suspecting an insider's role into the entire burglary that happened last Sunday. Now, why are police thinking that it might be an insider who could have carried out this burglary? Well, examination of the crime scene has revealed that a burglar entered the room through the wooden ventilator that was there in the room, and he used a rope to scale the wall. The thieves were allegedly well versed with the layout of the room, even as they twisted the CCTV camera just beneath the ventilator. And those are the visuals, I believe, of the CCTV footage of the burglars breaking in to the Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad and stealing precious valuables, who are in fact worth 50 crores. If placed at an international auction. In fact, burglars allegedly broke into the museum, which is located in Purani Haveli in the old city of Hyderabad, late on Sunday night. The museum, the Nizam's Museum, showcases several personal belongings of the Nizams and their family members and the gifts that they received. So those are the visuals of the precious valuables that have been stolen, and on the left hand side of your screens you can actually see a gold tiffin box which is weighing about 2 kgs, along with other 2-3 valuable items studded with diamonds, rubies, emeralds and other precious stones were lifted from the Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad last Sunday. All of those together valued at around rupees 50 crores. In fact, the police have currently registered a case, and even as investigations are currently underway, the police are maintaining that it is an insider's role into the entire burglary. It is an insider who helped the others in carrying out this burglary in the Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad. Okay, so now on the phone line now we have a senior news editor of India Ahead, Ravi Dhulipala, who's now joining us on the phone line with more details on this story. So, Ravi, as of now, we know that police are now stating that it might just be an insider's role into carrying out the entire burglary. What more do we know, and have any arrests been made so far?
Well, Sumita, to break it down for our viewers, the burglary came to light on Monday morning. It happened on Sunday evening. We'll talk about it in a little while, but before that, it came to light on Monday morning when those who were present inside the museum went there to clean up all those monuments that were kept there. That's when they realized that these monuments were missing, and they immediately raised an SOS call. They informed the police. Police then came down, cordoned off the entire area, and they filed an FIR. 10 teams have been constituted, and now investigations are underway. As part of the investigation process, they have obtained CCTV footage which is now playing on our screens, and which I'll try and explain. Now, this is from outside of the museum. This is basically an adjacent building right next to it, and they gained access into the museum building from this particular gate. Now, if you see on that CCTV footage, the faces have a mask on them, so you can't really make out who exactly these guys were. And for that, they'll have to conduct further investigation. But very, very smartly, these burglars, once they access the building, their faces had a mask, so you can't make out who these individuals are. They seem to be insiders because the meticulous fashion in which this burglary has been conducted clearly points out that here is somebody who would have understood the structure of the museum really, really well, who would have understood about the CCTV cameras, about the gates, about the entry points, about the exit points, because from here they managed to enter the building. Once they enter the building, from behind they get onto the top, and from on top they get through a ventilator, a window ventilator. We'll try and get those visuals for you. We are in possession of those visuals exclusively. Now, the access was made through that ventilator. Once the burglar enters the building from the ventilator, he immediately turns the CCTV camera that was specifically pointed towards the biggest artifact, the tiffin box that we are talking about, which experts say is currently valued at about 50 crore rupees if it is sold in the open market as of today's value, also given the fact that it's an antique. So the moment he gained access into the building, he turned the camera, moved it away, switched off all the other CCTV cameras cameras and then executed the burglary. So few things that are very, very evident over here, and that is the school of thought that even the cops have as they investigate the matter. The very fact that these are insiders, they would have known the entire structure, they would have known where the CCTV cameras were installed, they would have known where the other cameras were pointing, and they deactivated all those cameras upon their entry into the building. Here as well, they understood that there is a CCTV camera that is pointing at the entrance of the museum, and that is why they have these masks on their faces before they gain access into the building. Now that is the gate from where they have entered. There you can clearly see on that visuals. That's the gate where they have entered. They have masks on their faces, so you can't really make out who these individuals are. Upon their entry in the gate, they get onto the backside of the building. From the backside, they get onto the ventilator. Now, the moment they get off the ventilator, if I could actually ask my director to give us the visuals of the ventilator as soon as possible. So, once they get down from the ventilator, what they do is they turn the face of the camera to the other side. Now, that was the camera. I have seen those visuals. We'll try and show it to our viewers as well. That camera is moved away so that it doesn't point any longer to the tiffin box, which was the biggest artifact, which they picked up from there. Now, that camera which was there on the wall was actually pointed directly towards the tiffin box. So it had the side of the tiffin box. Now here it is. This is the museum. This is the outside of the museum. Let's actually wait for that point to come where you can see that camera which is installed right below the ventilator. Now this is all the main entrance of the museum. This is the building where all these artifacts and antiques are kept. No, this is not the visual. There is another one. If we could actually get the other one, there is a window. You can clearly see there is a ventilator. So he gained access through the ventilator, comes down and then turns the camera. We'll have to get that visual. Before that, let's actually go back to the CCTV footage. Let me explain. In the meanwhile, probably we could ask for that visual. Now these are all the points inside the museum. These are all irrelevant right now because they do not explain the crime scene. They do not explain the fashion in which the whole crime was committed. We'll have to wait for the other visual. If our directors could actually get those visuals. In the interim, let me explain these visuals. Now this is on the other side of the museum, an adjacent road which is right next to the museum. From here they gained access, they gained entry into the building, the museum building. Over here their faces are clearly covered, so you can't really make out from this CCTV footage as to what exactly their identity was. But once they gain access from here, they get onto the building from the backside, they climb up, and then there is that ventilator, wooden ventilator, which they open. They open that ventilator, gain access, come down right below the ventilator in the building, which we can show in that visual once it appears over here. They come down, there is a camera which is pointed straight towards the tiffin box. What they do is they move the camera away because they have already identified that that is the artifact, that is the antique that they want to pick up from inside the museum. So the moment they get down from the ventilator, they move the camera away and then they make way towards the showcase where this tiffin box was kept. They pick up the tiffin box, they pick up a golden cup, they pick up a saucer, they pick up a couple of other things. All these are mighty valuable because they are all antiques. They are all elements that were there from Nizam's time and they have been kept in the museum for public display. Now here it is, daring heist in Hyderabad Museum. Let's go to the next one. If we have that visual over here, it will explain. This is the crime scene. Obviously this has been cordoned off right now. They are not allowing access to anybody else while the investigations are underway. The diamond studded tiffin box, which also had emeralds and rubies and several other gemstones, that has been picked up from there. From here, if you go further inside, that is where this particular tiffin box was kept. Now, this is the most expensive of the items that have been picked up, that have been burgled. Experts suggest that its value is close to about 50 crore rupees if it is actually auctioned off in an open market, because this is almost 200 years old or maybe more than that. And this was kept in this museum for the longest time. No, we still do not have that visual. I think if Manish can actually listen to me, then we need the exact visual where you can see the window. From the window, the ventilator, he made his way down, and that visual also has the camera which was positioned over there, which was later twisted by these burglars before they committed the burglary. But this is quite a sensation. Yeah, here it is. Okay, this is the one that I'm talking about. Now, if you look at this one, Sumita, this is the ventilator. It's a wooden ventilator, and obviously it is a frame kind of a thing that can be moved. So from what we understand, these burglars, they came from behind, from the outside of the building. They got on top, they moved the ventilator, they made their way inside. Now, if you come further down, if you continue with this visual, right below this window, there is one camera which is installed somewhere over here. Obviously, that is not shown in the visual right now. We'll have to get the right one, if we can continue the process, I'll be able to explain this better. So once they actually come down from here, here it is. This is the entry point for the robbers. They made their way inside from here. Cops suggest that robbers conducted a recce much earlier. That is because they believe that it is an insider. Now this is the camera that I'm talking about. The specific camera that was twisted. Burglars, the moment they made their way inside, they got down from the ventilator. They twisted this camera. This is a CCTV camera that was pointing exactly towards the artifacts that were picked up that evening, Sunday evening. Now this is the shelf where the tiffin box, the cup, the saucer, as well as all the other artifacts and antiques were kept. They picked it up from here. This is an empty shelf as you can see right now, but this was the place where all those artifacts were placed. All Nizam's items were displayed over here for public viewing. So just to break it up once again for our viewers, now the doors obviously have been locked. The entire area has been cordoned off right now because investigations are underway. So from an adjacent building, from that gate, they made an entry and we have visuals of that captured on CCTV, but you can't really make out much from that because their faces have a mask. They are covered. Once they got into the building, they got up from outside this window, and they opened the window, got access from here, came down. The moment they came down, further ahead, you can see one camera that is installed over here, which was twisted by the burglars. This is the camera which faces directly onto the artifacts that were picked up. So they twisted this camera, got down, picked up the artifacts, went back through the same route and shut the ventilator window as if nothing happened. So it was very, very meticulously planned and executed. And obviously for somebody to plan and execute to such an extent, it has to be an insider's job. That is the theory that the cops have right now, Sumita, as we speak. And on that basis, they are conducting the investigations. 10 teams have been constituted and they are at it to make sure that they get to the bottom of the case. They catch hold of the burglars who actually executed such a daring heist and such meticulously well-planned one. Back to you, Sumita.
Right, Ravi, thanks for giving us that comprehensive report on perhaps how could that burglary have been carried out. But again, it raises pertinent questions on the security of the place and perhaps the upkeep of the palace, which wasn't done by relevant authorities, because the Nizam's palace is not just any other place. It's not a building that you could easily break into and perhaps carry out a heist of such a magnitude.
So meticulously, and as we have been pointing all morning, there are multiple CCTV cameras that are already installed. But again, as I said, it is an insider's job, so it's very difficult to point fingers and say that there were security lapses, because all these cameras have already been installed. And should that camera be functioning at that point in time, Sumita, the one that I spoke about earlier, then clearly you could have made out as to who that person is who committed the burglary. So these gentlemen who could be responsible for the burglary, they have studied this place in and out. For all you know, they may have been employed with the museum as the caretakers or as the cleaning staff or as somebody who's part of the museum staff, and they thoroughly understood the structure really, really well. They did their homework brilliantly, and only after that, at an opportune moment, they executed their plans. On a Sunday night, with people getting ready for Monday and their regular chores, they would have thought that that was the best opportunity for them to actually go for the kill, to attack and make sure that they pick up these artifacts which they would have had their eyes on for a very, very long time. So in all, if we have to summarize, if we have to put together the whole incident, these individuals, clearly one can make out, have been working with the museum for the longest time. They studied really well. They understood about the CCTV installations. They would have understood about the security systems, and they would have understood as to what would be the opportune moment for them to attack. That's exactly what they did. Made way into the building through the ventilator, twisted the camera because that was the one that could have captured them in action. All the other cameras obviously would have been at entry points, exit points, as well as various other points. But that specific camera, if you could have that visual once again, let's explain it once again for our viewers. That specific camera would be pointing towards that shelf, the glass shelf, which had these artifacts. Now, they twisted that camera. Once again, break it down. they entered from this gate.
We'll come back to you in just a bit, but thanks a lot for that comprehensive report. Let's now go across to our correspondent Aerwyna Shah, who's also tracking this crucial story. So Aerwyna, a major security lapse as far as the Nizam's palace is concerned. We hear that the police is saying that it is an insider's role into how this entire burglary was carried out. What more have you heard from the authorities?
They have told that a lot of inside people have been involved in this robbery, but the investigation is going on. IPS officer Shika Goyal was here to take up the investigation, and she has told that nearly 15 teams of police have been deployed to take up the investigation. And she also mentioned that the burglars came from behind. There's a slum area behind the museum, and they climbed the museum and entered the museum through a terrace and broke down the window, a glass window of the ventilator, and entered into the museum through a rope and broke the CCTV camera also.
Very much for joining us with all of those updates, and that was Aerwyna Shah getting us all the latest updates on this major heist that has happened right inside the Nizam's palace in Hyderabad. That's actually located in the Purani Haveli area of the state. A major burglary, like I said, has happened, wherein a gold tiffin box on the left hand side of your screens that you can see, weighing about 2 kilograms, a cup, saucer and a spoon set with rubies, diamonds and emeralds was stolen from the Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad on Sunday. In fact, the police who are carrying out the investigation are pointing towards an insider's role into how this entire heist was carried out. And on the right hand side, you can actually see all the valuables in the Nizam's museum in Hyderabad, all the valuable items, and some of those who were in fact
एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर हमारे को कंप्लेंट दिया। इसमें जो है एक गोल्डन का टिफिन बॉक्स और सासर कप और इसके साथ जो है चम्मच, ये पूरा चोरी हुआ, पूरा गोल्डन का है, ये एंटीक पीस है बोल के हमारे को कंप्लेंट करने में हम इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर रहे हैं। निज़ाम म्यूजियम से बोल रहा हूँ मैं। मेरा नाम शौकत हुसैन है, मैं एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव ऑफिसर हूँ यहाँ का। आज सुबह म्यूजियम खोलने पे एक शोकेस के अंदर का लॉक टूटा हुआ मिला और वो लॉक जो है ऊपर से कोई वेंटिलेशन में से कूद के नीचे आया और वहाँ से कुछ ऑब्जेक्ट्स उठा के ले गया, 3 ऑब्जेक्ट्स। उसके लिए पुलिस यहाँ इन्वेस्टिगेशंस के लिए आई है और पूरा सुबह से इन्वेस्टिगेशन करी है और हर चीज़ जो है वो लोग काम कर रहे हैं उसके ऊपर। दे विल सून जो है इंशाल्लाह ब्रेक दिस क्राइम सीन। अंदर सीसीटीवी कैमरे है, सीसीटीवी को डैमेज किया गया और जब वेंटिलेशन में से उतर रहे थे वहीं पर कैमरा था।
निज़ाम के एक ट्रस्ट का जो म्यूजियम है उसमें एक इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रेशियस आइटम्स का एक चोरी हुआ है। ये एंटीक आइटम्स निज़ाम 7th निज़ाम को बिलोंग करते थे। इसमें एक टिफिन बॉक्स है और कप्स एंड सॉसर्स है और ट्रे है जो कि प्रेशियस आइटम से बना हुआ है, गोल्ड विद डायमंड्स एंड रूबीज एंड ऑल। इसमें कम से कम 2 ऑफेंडर्स हैं जिन्होंने एंट्री किया है वेंटिलेटर के थ्रू और फिर उसके बाद रॉड से अलमारी को ओपन करके ये आइटम्स लेके चले गए हैं। सिटी पुलिस की 15 टीम्स इस पे अभी लगी हुई हैं कल से और हमें उम्मीद है कि हम बहुत जल्द।
All right, time now for us to slip into a quick break, but more news and updates will continue on the other side on India Ahead.
You're watching India Ahead.
Hi, this is Aerwyna Tandon और आप देख रहे हैं India Ahead. Always ahead.
ये मैट्रिक्स की ऐप क्या कमाल चीज है। व्हाट एन ऑलराउंडर। इसके साथ होटल बुक करो, कैब बुक करो, लंदन में शॉपिंग करो, मैडम टुसाड्स घूमिए, लॉर्ड्स का टूर कीजिए और दुबई में एक्सक्लूसिव डिस्काउंट्स पाइए। रिचार्ज कीजिए, डेटा ट्रैक कीजिए, फॉरेक्स ट्रैक कीजिए। थके हो यार ऐप के बारे में बोलते बोलते। एक काम कीजिए, खुद ही डाउनलोड कीजिए मैट्रिक्स। कुछ तो बात है इनमें।
हाय, मैं हूं मनीष पॉल और आप देख रहे हैं इंडिया अहेड। कीप वॉचिंग।
Hi, I'm Riddhi Dogra and you're watching me on India Ahead. India, be ahead.
Every day, things happen that affect your world. Are you on the right track? Times, they're changing. Are you changing with the time? When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. India ahead. While others give heat, we shed light.
India Ahead channel spreads an air of positivity. It's inclusive, not exclusive. I wish the India Ahead channel the very best and hope and pray that it becomes the #1 channel in India.
Health is wealth. Every 1% of GDP spent on health can potentially increase 5% of the country's wealth by preserving lives and deserving livelihoods. By polluting economics and dirty politics, we certainly need a breath of fresh air. Watch me, Sana Khan, as I unearth stories which promise to make a clean and healthy India ahead.
Election year is round the corner. Having been cornered, the opposition parties have begun doing the rounds. Will federalism replace alleged feudalism? I am Rishabh Madrin Pratap. Join me as I break the fresh grounds to uncover the ground realities and bring you the politics behind politicians. Which government could we expect for India ahead?
Why is the Sensex scaling when the economy is failing? Why is GST called government subscribed tension? What remains the demon in demonetization, and should corporates be gaining when jobs are being lost? Watch me, Vaishali Gaba, as I make it my business to take India ahead.
To get ahead in life, you've got to make a head start. Join me, Shruti Mathur, as I join startups to understand what makes the Deccan India's digital capital and how they are all gearing up to take India ahead.
A psychological war on the minds of the young Indian, where they are lured into ending their own life. We here at India Ahead have decided that we will float 10 new challenges for the youth and dare them to take them up. The Donate Blood Challenge, a Good Samaritan Challenge, try taking up an anti-road rage challenge, No Drink and Drive Challenge, Adopt a Granny Challenge, Anti-Public Urination Challenge, Help Kerala Challenge, Anti-Suicide Challenge, and Play a Sport Challenge. Let's see what the youth of this country can do. Do they have it in them to take these challenges up?
India's true ambassadors. They make our hearts swell with pride.
And really I'm happy with silver medal.
You standing there and your flag is flying high. It's definitely a proud moment.
दो इवेंट में मेडल जीता, सिल्वर मेडल. मुझे बहुत खुशी महसूस हो रहा है. मेरा जो मेहनत किया था इसका फल मुझे मिला.
I think there are a lot more medals coming in, a lot of achievements coming in from India.
But behind these remarkable achievements lies the sad and unspoken story of struggle.
Why should these athletes wait for 2 years or 4 years, come the Asiad or the Olympics, to get their moment of recognition?
India Ahead's national campaign.
A lot of the discussion around these sports stars, it tends to end with just one mild celebration of that medal. But what change has it got in their lives in this cricket-hungry country often remains a huge mystery.
Help the struggling stars of India.
a brand new edition of Happy Hour with me, Priyanka Chawla. It's a starry show today and I can't wait to get started. So let's get to the top story. There are a lot of fresh beginnings in Bachchan family while Amitabh Bachchan is back on the small screen with Kaun Banega Crorepati Season 10. His daughter Shweta Bachchan has launched her own fashion label and which saw the entire star power from Bollywood cheering for her. Born to superstar parents Amitabh Bachchan and Jaya Bachchan, daughter Shweta is also now ready to make her own mark. At the age of 44, Shweta made her acting debut earlier this year and now has also launched her own fashion label MN2X in collaboration with designer Monisha J. Singh. While her stunning daughter Navya Naveli has turned muse for mommy, Jaya Bachchan to Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, the entire Bachchan Parivar turned up at the launch event in Mumbai. The star-studded launch also saw B-Town's hottest stars flaunting her new designer label. From shiny mother-daughter duo Gauri and Suhana Khan to sisters Katrina and Isabel Kaif, to the hottest star kids including Ananya Pandey. They were all seen flaunting Shweta Bachchan's designer label. Karishma Kapoor was there as well and spelled black magic in an embellished bowling blazer. Mommy-to-be Neha Dhupia also made a glamorous entry with husband Angit Bedi. Big B took to his blog and wrote, "The efforts made by all has been exhilarating and filled with the pride of all those friends that came in numbers to encourage and wish her. Just so comforting to sit aside and enjoy the love she gets. Gushing with pride and love, children do this for us." Shweta's childhood friend Karan Johar also wrote an emotional note on his Instagram post which reads, "Shweta not only my childhood best buddy but a bona fide personality in her own right. Her thoughts, her writing and her sense of aesthetics make her truly individualistic. Today as she makes her first baby step in the world of fashion, I want her to know that will be a huge success because she's a millennial at heart and will connect with all the fashionistas and retail crazy people like me." And even Amitabh Bachchan spotted girl power sweatshirts and cheer for MNX brand in style. Entertainment Bureau, India Head. Stree is all set to face stiff competition from JP Datta's Paltan which hits theatres this Friday. Before that, India Head caught up with his Paltan including Gurmeet Chaudhary and Harshvardhan Rane in Mumbai. And here's what the stars had to say about his latest war drama. After spending the summers in London, royal family of Bollywood is off to Maldives. Kareena Kapoor Khan, Saif Ali Khan and baby Taimur were spotted at the Mumbai airport where Bebo looked stunning in an all-white attire. Saif looked regal in his new look while sleepyhead Taimur was nestled in his arms. It turned out to be a super cute sight as baby Taimur, who even while sleeping couldn't take his eyes off the paparazzi. After a crazy round of dancing and sweating it out, actor Tiger Shroff was spotted outside a dancing studio in Mumbai. Dressed casually in grey and black track pants, Sweaty Tiger didn't detest getting selfies clicked by fans and even waved to the paparazzi. Tiger will soon begin shooting for the YRF project, which also stars Hrithik Roshan and Bani Kapoor in the lead. While his co-star Shraddha Kapoor is busy celebrating success of Stree, Shahid Kapoor looked more than happy to promote Batti Gul Meter Chalu all by himself. Flaunting his desi swag at a Mumbai suburban hotel, the actor posed for the Shutterbirds. Not just his big release in September, Shahid and wife Meera are also gearing up to welcome baby number 2 this month as well. Radhika Apte is omnipresent, period. Not just 3 Netflix originals back-to-back, the makers of Andhadhun have also dropped the trailer of her upcoming film. So the actress is giving interviews and promoting all the exciting work coming her way. Dressed in all-black attire, Radhika showed no signs of exhaustion as she attended a masterclass with casting director Atul Mongia. Entertainment Bureau, India Head.
With Aishwarya Rai Bachchan and Anil Kapoor's presence in Fanne Khan, Rajkumar Rao was not able to deliver a hit. But the actor's latest horror comedy Stree is doing fabulously well at the box office, and that was reason enough for the star cast to party hard in Mumbai.
From Shraddha Kapoor to Rajkumar Rao and even producer Dinesh Vijan, the team of Stree is in a mood to party as they hugged, smiled and posed for paparazzi at the film's success bash. Shraddha looked pretty in a striped mini dress, while Rajkumar kept it casual in a printed white sweatshirt and a pair of ripped jeans. Rema D'Souza, Aerwyna Tandon along with distributor husband Anil Thadani was also spotted at Stree's success bash in Mumbai. The Friday release has not only crushed competition from Sunny Deol and Bobby Deol's Yamla Pagla Deewana Phir Se. With a fab response for their horror comedy, the film is also raking in moolah at the box office. Stree has once again proved that releasing a film during festivals does not guarantee success, as content is the king.
मैं तो यहाँ नहीं रहती, लेकिन पूजा के टाइम हर साल आ जाती हूँ।
जी हमारा हाथ पकड़ा और बोली विक्की प्लीज। क्या तुम्हारा हाथ पकड़ा और बोली विक्की प्लीज? विक्की प्लीज। वही तो कह रहे हैं विक्की प्लीज।
तुम्हारा नन्ना प्रेम भावी नहीं है, हाथ लाओ। विक्की प्लीज।
The film opened with over 6 crore earnings at the ticket window on day one, and thanks to good word-of-mouth publicity, went on to earn a total of 31.26 crores in just 3 days of its release. No wonder the makers have already announced a sequel. The producer confirmed that Stree 2 will go on floors by the end of 2019 and hopefully release in 2 years.
अगले 4 रात वो शिकार पे आने वाली है।
कौन?
स्त्री पुरुषों को उठाती है और सिर्फ वस्त्र छोड़ती है। वो पहले तुम्हें तुम्हारे नाम से पुकारेगी। तुम्हें क्या करना है? फौरन चप्पल निकालो, हाथ में लो और भागो।
उसको सबका नाम कैसे पता चल जाता है?
सबका आधार लिंक है उसके पास। कुछ भी हो जाए, पलटना मत।
With Rajkumar Rao and Shraddha Kapoor expected to return in the sequel as well, fans will surely have high expectations from Stree returning on the big screen. Entertainment Bureau, India Head.
Stree is all set to face stiff competition from JP Datta's Paltan, which hits theatres this Friday. Before that, India Head caught up with his Paltan, including Gurmeet Chaudhary and Harshvardhan Rane in Mumbai. And here's what the stars had to say about his latest war drama.
भाइयों, बहनों, साथियों और हम वतनों, हमारे सीमा पर जबरदस्त हमले चीनी फौजों ने किए।
हिंदुस्तानी सैनिकों, सिक्किम चीन का है, इसलिए तुम लोग नाथुला छोड़ दो, वरना 1962 वाला हाल करेंगे।
हम नाथुला नहीं छोड़ेंगे, because it's key to Sikkim.
我不管，我们要把蒋西进，你们想打我们了，天使他们。सर्वदा शक्तिशाली।
आपने इतने अंदर आकर खड्डा खोदने की हिम्मत कैसे की?
जैसे 1962 में की थी।
1962 ना है, 1967 है।
समझा?
Play the role of an Indian officer is an honor. बहुत गर्व की बात है, एक बहुत बड़ी जिम्मेदारी दी गई हम दोनों को, हम चारों को या हम सब को जो फिल्म में है। एंड मैं सिर्फ आशा करता हूँ कि हमने वो निभाया है, एंड दे आर हैप्पी व्हेन दे सी अस इन द फिल्म।
पहली बार रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फील हो रही है, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, क्योंकि इससे पहले एक रोमांटिक फिल्म का हिस्सा था मैं, सनम तेरी कसम। उसमें इट वाज अ फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर। जितना भी इंटेंसिटी आप डाल लीजिए, लेकिन एक फ्रीडम कहीं ना कहीं रहती है, क्योंकि you're playing a character which was not seen anywhere. And I'm so happy I'm standing on a same platform with him. That itself is a blessing for me.
तो किसी का एक नाम लेना मैं मानता सही नहीं होगा, एंड मैं डिप्लोमेटिक होने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा, क्योंकि अगर मैं कहूँगा सोनू सूद सर, तो अर्जुन सर भी है फिल्म में, जैकी सर भी है फिल्म में, हर्ष, गुरु, सिद्धांत, हम सब साथ में थे। और हर किसी की सोच अलग होती है, पर मैं दोहराना चाहूँगा क्योंकि मैंने पहले भी कहा कि हम सब अलग हैं।
चल ऐसा सोच, फर्ज की एक बाइक पे तुझे एक ही बंदे को लेके जाना है एक लंबी ट्रिप पे 3 महीने की, तो किसको लेके जाएगा? एक ही बंदा अलाउड है।
सोनू सर, मैं इसका कारण भी देता हूँ, बताऊं क्यों?
सोनू सूद सर, नो डाउट।
नहीं, कोई शक की बात नहीं है, कोई सोचने की बात
सोनू सर इज द फिटेस्ट एंड ही इज वेरी इंस्पायरिंग। मतलब उनको देख के मन करता है कि जिंदगी में फिट लाइफ जीनी चाहिए।
तो मैं अपने आप को कभी माफ नहीं कर पाऊंगा और भाई गुरु दी सो मेरी आत्मा मुझे धिक्कारेगी सो।
This is a psychological warfare.
आपने चेयरमैन माओ की पवित्र धरती पर घुसकर हमारे काम रोकने की कोशिश क्यों किया?
क्योंकि ये तुम्हारी धरती नहीं है, हमने कोई गलती नहीं की। ये फेंस हमारी सीमा में,
हम फेंसिंग नहीं लगाएंगे और तुम्हें भी नहीं लगाने देंगे।
कोई काम नहीं रोकेगा।
उनके फिल्म पे सेट पे जो खाना होता है वो मेरे जहन में बस चुका है, क्योंकि वो खाना इतना एक तो वैरायटी होती है। एंड ऐसा नहीं है, जो बिंदिया मैम है उनकी जो वाइफ हैं, तो बिंदिया मैम ऐसा नहीं कि एक प्रोड्यूसर की तरह बस खाना, बेसिक खाना रख दिया। शी मेक्स श्योर यू हैव द बेस्ट फूड ऑन इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। एंड उसके बाद डाइट को कंट्रोल करना इतना मुश्किल हो जाता है जेपी सर की सेट पे, बिकॉज दे ऑल पुट द हार्ट्स आउट, यू नो। एंड लद्दाख में जहाँ पे एक टमाटर भी नहीं उगता है क्योंकि इट्स अ डेजर्ट, करेक्ट, वहाँ पे वो लोग श्रीनगर से रास्ता है तो वहाँ से मंगवाते थे खाना, कहीं दिल्ली से मंगवा रहे हैं, कहीं बॉम्बे से फ्लाई करा रहे हैं।
हर्ष के बारे में एक राज जो मैं शेयर करना चाहूँगा कि हर्ष के फोन पे आपको कुछ नाम मिलेंगे पर चेहरे कुछ अलग मिलेंगे। नहीं, बस इतना ही कहूँगा। joking, but Harsh is very caring towards those he basically gets to know after some time. पहले जब आप मिलोगे इनसे तो वो भी थोड़ा रिजर्व रहते हैं और सामने वाले को भी लगेगा कि मतलब कि मुझे भी थोड़ा पीछे रहना चाहिए, बट समय के साथ साथ he begins to gel very well with everyone and he makes everyone feel comfortable. ये मैंने इनके बारे में नोटिस किया शुरुआत से, ये हर किसी को बहुत कंफर्ट फील करवाते हैं, वो बहुत अच्छी बात है।
जैसे कि आप लोग क्रिकेट मैच देखते हैं और जब हाइलाइट्स देखते हैं, तो अगर वो मैच के हाइलाइट्स चल रहे होते हैं टीवी पे, जो मैच आप हारे हैं तो आप चैनल चेंज कर देते हो। लेकिन 62 का मैच, जो मैं मैच कह रहा हूँ, लेकिन जो बैटल, जो वॉर हुई थी इंडिया चाइना के बीच में, वो हम हारे थे और लोग उसी के बारे में बात करते हैं। लेकिन 67 में जो हम जीते थे बैटल, उसके बारे में बात नहीं करते। तो ये वो मैच की कहानी है जो हम जीते थे। तो इंडिया के सारे लोगों को ये जब मालूम चलेगा थिएटर से बाहर आते वक्त कि हम किस तरह से जीते थे, तो आई फील कि उनकी जो छाती, जो 40 इंच की छाती से जो अंदर जाता है, वो 42 से बाहर वापस आएगा। दे विल कम आउट प्राउडर। सो आई थिंक दैट्स द फीलिंग जेपी सर विल इन्फ्यूज इनटू द ऑडियंस।
ये फिल्म एक साधारण सी कहानी नहीं है, ये हमारे सिपाहियों की कहानी है जिनके बारे में वैसे भी हम बहुत कम जानते हैं। जो कुर्बानी वो हमारे लिए देते हैं उसके बारे में वी आर नॉट अवेयर। सो ये जेपी सर का एक कह सकते हैं ट्रिब्यूट है, टू द ब्रेव सोल्जर्स हु सैक्रिफाइस सो मच फॉर अस, एंड वी नीड टू नो मोर अबाउट देम। हमें भी उनको सपोर्ट करना चाहिए। शहर में बैठ के हम आराम से यहाँ पे ज़िंदगी जीते हैं, हम ये मन में नहीं रखते कि वो वहाँ पे हमारे लिए खड़े हैं। उनको पता नहीं कि हम कौन है, हमारा चेहरा क्या है, पर वो हमारे लिए वहाँ पे खड़े हैं और दिन रात खड़े हैं। तो ये फिल्म आपको उनकी ज़िंदगी के बारे में बहुत कुछ बताएगा। जैसे हर्ष ने कहा कि एक इंसिडेंट जहाँ पे हम जीते हैं, इसे क्यों छुपाया गया, मतलब कम एंड सी द फिल्म, आपको भी पता चलेगा कि क्या हुआ था हमारे देश के इतिहास में।
Dangal girls Sania Malhotra and Fatima Sheikh seem inseparable and their latest dance video has gone viral. And so is Arjun Kapoor's look as India's most wanted. Here's a look at social media sensations.
Fatima Sheikh and Sania Malhotra, who made their foray into Bollywood with Amir Khan's Dangal, recently shared a few videos on their respective Instagram accounts, in which the duo can be seen dancing their heart out in the middle of the street in Europe. Actor Amir Khan has shared a precious new picture of his perfect little family. He took to Instagram to post a photo of his wife Kiran Rao, son Azad and their little doggy. Around a divorced woman who meets her ex-husband and his current girlfriend at a popular spa in Kerala. Sanjay Dutt, who is expected to shoot almost back-to-back for the next 4 months, decided to take a short break from work. The Bollywood superstar and his wife Manita flew to Singapore to spend quality time with each other. After garnering praises from critics, Rajkumar Rao and Shraddha Kapoor's quirky horror comedies 3 received a thumbs up from the audience. The movie has raked in ₹31.26 crores on its opening weekend. Entertainment Bureau, India Ahead.
It's time for me to slip into a short break, but before I do that, here's a treat for all you Ayushmann Khurrana fans, as the actor is back in action with yet another entertaining but thrilling film this time. It's called Andhadhun, and here's the first look.
अंधा होने की प्रॉब्लम तो सबको पता है, फायदा मैं बताता हूँ.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh shit. Your piece was fantastic. I loved it.
आज जरूर पूरा करूँगा.
कुछ चीजें अधूरी होने की वजह से ही तो पूरी होती है. See you. I'll see you.
यार.
कहते हैं crab meat is an aphrodisiac. Spelling मत पूछना. मतलब चाहिए तो बता सकती हूँ.
Wow, what a lovely surprise my husband gave me.
तूने मर्डर देखा? मैं कैसे देख सकता हूँ?
सरप्राइज!
क्या हुआ?
ऑटो ने रास्ता रोका है.
पीछे ऐश्वर्या राय का फोटो लगा है क्या?
They promise to disrupt yesterday's status quo. They look to provide solutions where others are still asking questions. Bold, sharp, savvy, they dare to dream. But is the startup landscape churning inspiring stories?
Join me, Shruti Mathur, as I try to understand not just what makes India among the world's startup capitals, but also what makes the Deccan the startup capital of India and what really goes into taking India ahead.
हाँ मम्मी,
क्या मेरा बच्चा?
कुछ खास नहीं मम्मी.
सरसों का साग मंगा.
यहाँ तो सिर्फ कल परसों का मिलता है. तुम्हारी बहुत याद आती है मम्मी. एक काम करते हैं, सुबह तुम फोन करना, दोपहर को मैं.
The Matrix SIM card you can talk on and on and on because it doesn't cost the air.
दिखा राजा.
नहीं वापस नहीं आऊंगा, बस फोन करते रहना मम्मी.
Get free calls and unlimited data with Matrix SIM cards.
Welcome back to Happy Hour, and now it's time to get you all the latest from the world of Southern cinema. Suresh Babu and Rana Daggubati are all set for Care of Kanchapalam this Friday, and here's why this one is a special one and a milestone in Telugu cinema.
A fresh cast, debutant director, simple yet powerful storytelling, backed by Telugu film industry's biggest banner, Suresh Productions. Care of Kanchapalam hopes to create an impact at the movies.
Oh, hi! అమ్మలారా అక్కలారా చెల్లెళ్ళారా మన ఊరు రాజుగారికి 49 సంవత్సరాలు వచ్చినా పిల్లలు కనుక ఆడవాళ్ళంతా నానా రకాలుగా మాట్లాడుతున్నారు, మగవాళ్ళంతా భయపడుతున్నారు.
చిన్న లేదు పెద్ద లేదు, ప్రతి నా పెళ్లి గురించి మాట్లాడుకున్నవాడే.
ఫస్ట్ టైం నువ్వు మా వైన్ షాప్కి వచ్చావా, ఆ రోజు నేను చూసి పడిపోయా.
సుందరం నీ చొక్కా చాలా బాగుంది, రాణి రంగు నాకు చాలా ఇష్టం.
Producer Suresh Babu interacted with the media in Hyderabad and spoke about how this film is extremely close to the father-son duo Suresh Babu and his superstar son Rana Daggupati.
One of the first times there's been a very honest Telugu film for a very, very long time with honest characters. Rana really felt that these are films that need to be promoted and we should do our best and give these small, honest filmmakers with honest actors and honest way of making a film the best platform possible. That's why we did it.
The film is not only shot in real locations but is also based on real characters and acted by people living there itself. Director Venkatesh Maha wrote the script only after a trip to Kanchapalam.
A film made in a small suburb of Vizag called Kancharpalam, written in Kancharpalam, told all the actors are from that village, and they made an extraordinary movie, and we thought it's our duty to see that this film is shown to as many people as possible.
Over the past few days, Rana has been promoting the film vigorously on social media as well, and has also arranged special screenings for the celebrities, including Samantha Kineni and Adivi Sesh. Bigwigs in Telugu film industry have already tweeted praises for the film. Rana believes that the film will be a game changer in the history of Telugu cinema, and there's an emotional reason for the same as well.
నిన్న రానా అక్కడికి వెళ్ళాడు, కంచర్పాలెం వెళ్ళాడు. ఇవాళ పొద్దున్న వాళ్ళతో మన ప్రెస్ వాళ్ళతో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అయ్యారు. ఫస్ట్ టైం ఆనెస్టీ, అంటే ఆ ఊర్లో ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఏదో ఒక టాలెంట్ ఉందంట. ఈ సైడ్ ఊరంతా టాలెంటెడ్ ఊర్లాగా ఉంది, పాటలు పాడుతున్నారు, కొంతమంది మ్యాజిక్ చేస్తున్నారు. different people at their own level doing so many interesting things. అలాంటి టాలెంట్ని తీసుకొని అతను ఒక సినిమా తీసి, ఆ సినిమా మాకు నచ్చి మేము తీసుకొని, ఇది ఒక 6-7 monthsగా చాలాసార్లు ఎవ్రీ మంత్ 2-3 సార్లు షో చేస్తూ ఉన్నాం ఇక్కడ.
Well, that's the magic of cinema. Some movies only make money, but films like Care of Kanchapalam aim at creating unforgettable memories. Entertainment Bureau, India Head.
Apart from Care of Kanchapalam, Manoj Bhida's Tamil film View is also the big release for this Friday. So here's the star cast spilling all the exciting details about this venture.
After being in production for a long time now, Vanjagar Ullam is all set to release this Friday. The film is directed by debutant Manoj Bhida, who has also written dialogues to the film along with Vinayak. The film is bankrolled by Manjula Bhida and Prasanna JK. The film is a romantic crime thriller that revolves around the murder of a young woman.
ஸோ ஒரு பெரிய படம் ரிலீஸ் பண்ண போகிறாங்க அப்படின்னா வந்து யாருமே ஒரு நோட்டீஸே கொடுக்கறதில்ல. அதாவது ஒரு 3 மாதம் நோட்டீஸ் எங்களுக்கு தெரியணும்ல, ஏன்னா நாங்கள் தானே கூட வரோம். ஸோ எனக்கும் ஒரு ஸ்பேஸ் ஒன்று கிடைக்கணும்ல. அந்த கிரவுண்ட் வந்து எல்லாருக்குமே ஈவனாக இருக்கணும். ஒரு ப்ளே கிரவுண்டில் எல்லாருமே விளாடணும்ல. பேட்டு வச்சுருக்கிறோம் தான் கிரிக்கெட் விளாடுவோம் அப்படின்னா ரொம்ப கஷ்டம் இல்லை. ஸோ அது இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பண்ணால் நல்லாயிருக்கும். அந்த டிஃபிகல்ட்டி இருந்துச்சு. ரிலீஸ் டிஃபிகல்ட்டி வந்து எல்லாருமே ஃபேஸ் பண்ணுறது தான். சின்ன படங்களுக்கு வந்து ப்ரொடக்ஷன் கவுன்சில் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஹெல்ப் பண்ணால் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப ஹெல்ப்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும்.
உனக்கு அந்த பொண்ணை தெரியுமா?
உங்க வைஃபை யாரோ கழுத்தை நினைச்சு கொண்டிருக்காங்க.
Guru Somasundram, after his release in his recent film Odu Raja Odu, is playing the role of a gangster in the film. He is known for how choosy he is about the roles he plays, and let's look at what he says about it.
இந்த படம் வஞ்சகர் உலகம் மனோஜ் பீடான்னு சொல்லும்போது ஃபஸ்ட்டு நீங்கள் ஒரு கேங்ஸ்டர் அப்படின்னு அப்படியா சரி, ஏன்னா எனக்கு ரோல் தான் ரொம்ப முக்கியம். நான் எல்லாருமே என்கிட்ட சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க, நீங்கள் எவ்வளோ சூஸியாக பண்ணுறீங்க, ரொம்ப நாள் ஆச்சு அப்படி இப்படின்னு. எனக்கு ரோல் தான், ஒரே பேட்டர்னில் ரோல் பண்ண மாட்டேன். திடீர்னு வந்து நீங்கள் கேங்ஸ்டர்னு சொன்னோன்னே ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஓகே கேங்ஸ்டராக ஓகே பண்ணலாம். அப்புறம் கதை உள்ளே போகும்போது கதை உள்ள நிறைய விஷயங்கள் இருந்துச்சு. அப்புறம் பேச பேச அவங்க நான் உள்ளே வந்தோடனே அதை வந்து ஃப்ளவர் பண்ணுற மாதிரி ஒரு இடத்துல கொண்டு வந்து ஒரு 70-80% கிட்ட கொண்டு வந்து வச்சுருந்தாங்க. ஸோ நான் போனோடனே மிச்சத்தெல்லாம் ஃபில் பண்ணேன்.
சில குடிப்பது போல
A new talented team has come together for this film. The film stars Guru Somasundaram, C.V. Bhuvanachandran in the lead roles, while Vasu Vikram, Chandini Tamilarasan plays pivotal role in the film. Actor Sibi, director Manoj and writer Vinayak have all came together as a team for this film.
நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு வந்து எங்கள் அப்பா அம்மாவுக்கு ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லணும். ஏன்னா வந்து ஒரு 5 வருஷமாக படித்து முடிச்சுட்டு எந்த வேலையும் பார்க்காம சும்மா சுற்றிட்டு இருந்தேன் சினிமா நடிக்கணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ அதுக்கு ரொம்ப சப்போர்ட் பண்ண எங்கள் அம்மா அப்பாவுக்கு ஃபஸ்ட்டு தேங்க்ஸ். அதுக்கப்புறம் எங்கள் அம்மா அப்பா கூட என் மேலே நம்பிக்கை வச்சிடலாம். ஆனால் இப்போ ஒரு பேக்ரவுண்டே இல்லாமல் நடிக்க வரது எவ்வளோ கஷ்டம் உங்கள் எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும். அதை நம்பி ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப்புக்கும் தாண்டி ஒரு பெரிய சப்போர்ட்டாக இருந்தது மனோஜ் வந்து இந்த படத்தை எனக்கு கொடுத்தது. ஏன்னா இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு படம் நான் எதிர்பார்க்கவே இல்லை. நான் எல்லா கம்பெனி இங்கே வரும்போதே பார்த்தேன், எல்லா கம்பெனிக்கும் நான் ஏறி இறங்கி ஆடிஷன் அட்டன் பண்ணி எல்லாமே பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தேன். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி என் மேலே நம்பிக்கை வச்ச மனோஜ் ப்ளஸ் அவங்க ஃபேமிலி, அதுக்கு நான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லிக்கிறேன்.
Entertainment Bureau, India Ahead.
யாருன்னு தெரியல
எனக்கு இல்ல, நானா ரொம்ப நாள் ஆசை நியூஸ்ல வரணும்னு டிவில. அதுக்கப்புறம் இந்த பெரிய நியூஸ் பேப்பர்ல எல்லாம்
Kamal Hassan's Vishwarupam 2 has just completed 25 days at the box office, and Poonam Pandey is all set to become Lady Gabbar Singh in Telugu film. Here's a look at all the newsmakers from down south.
As money keeps pouring in from various quarters for flood relief activities in Kerala, music composer A.R. Rahman is the latest to lend a helping hand. Rahman and his band of musicians have donated ₹1 crore to the Chief Minister's Distress Relief Fund. Rahman declared this in the middle of a US tour by his band, taking to social media to share the news. Anirudh Ravichandar recently tweeted the launch of U-Turn's promo song, The Karma Song. Later, Samantha Akineni also posted a still from the sets of the song. Kamal Hassan's Vishwarupam 2 enters successful 25th day after its release on August 10th. On Pawan Kalyan's 47th birthday, the Tollywood power star received a tribute from the most unexpected quarters. Poonam Pandey announced that she would be seen in an upcoming Telugu film, Lady Gabbar Singh, which will be a tribute to Pawan Kalyan. Entertainment Bureau, India Ahead.
Well, that's all we have for you in today's edition of Happy Hour. Hope you enjoyed watching the show. News and updates continue on the other side of the break.
You're watching India Ahead.
Hello and welcome. You're watching India Ahead and you're watching the afternoon news. Let's quickly take a look at the top stories first. 11 years on, 2 convicted in the Hyderabad twin blast case, 2 others acquitted. Quantum of punishment to be announced next Monday. Jewels estimated to be worth 50 crore rupees burgled from the Nizam's Museum in Hyderabad. India Ahead accesses CCTV footage of robbers breaking in. Police suspect an insider's role. Kerala cancels all official celebration events for about a year, including the International Film Festival of Kerala. Government fund for these events to be contributed to CM Relief Fund. Malayalam actor Mohanlal meets Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. This, as sources say, that the RSS is planning to field the veteran actor as its candidate for the next year's Lok Sabha polls. And Tuticorin court grants bail to Tamil Nadu-based writer arrested for raising anti-BJP slogans. Sophia had called BJP leader Narayan Tirupati a fascist. DMK chief M.K. Stalin has condemned the arrest. And to start the bulletin with a breaking news coming in right now, actor-politician Kamal Hassan has jumped into the fray over the issue of a woman being arrested for raising slogans against a BJP spokesperson. Now, Kamal Hassan has questioned if dissenting voice is a crime. He tweeted, and I quote, "If it's wrong to raise questions and air criticism in a public place, then all politicians must be jailed." And we've taken Sophia, a free bird, out on bail. Why are politicians still roaming free? I say this realizing I'm a politician too. So Kamal Hassan now also jumping into the story of Sophia, who was arrested yesterday. Yesterday from the Tuticorin airport. So actor politician Kamal Hassan criticizing Sophia's arrest. Now remember, for all our viewers, Sophia was arrested at the Tuticorin airport after she shouted, "Down with Modi, BJP RSS fascist government" on a flight on which a BJP leader T. Soundarya Rajan was also travelling. So now actor politician Kamal Hassan has also criticized Sophia's arrest. He says that if it's wrong to raise questions, then all politicians must be jailed. And now going across to our correspondent Shrestha Tiwari, who's joining us for more details on this story. So Shrestha, it's now Kamal Hassan who's also spoken about the fact that if actor politician, if it's perhaps wrong to raise questions, then all politicians must be immediately arrested. And he's categorically stated that he is making this statement, realizing that he's a politician too.
Well, Sumita, this comes across with a lot of now political leaders, opposition leaders, a sea of them now coming in with their reactions on what had taken place yesterday at the Tuticorin airport, and how probably Tamilisai Soundararajan, the BJP state president of Tamil Nadu, should have handled the situation in a different manner. Now, Kamal Hassan has freshly, just about 5 minutes ago, had tweeted about this particular incident, saying that him being a politician himself, realizing that he's a politician himself, and that most of the politicians go outright and criticize the ruling government, and that if that's the case, then all of them should be arrested. So that is his take on the situation. And even we also saw TTV Dinakaran, who had gone ahead and made a statement earlier this morning, his party official statement, AMMK's statement that came out, which also said that BJP's state president Tamilisai should have handled the situation in a much better manner and should have reacted in a much mature way, handled the situation in a mature manner, is what he had to say.
We've seen criticism against the incident coming from all corners. In fact, DMK chief MK Stalin has also condemned police action against Ms. Sophia and has demanded her release. But as far as we know, BJP spokesperson Narayan Tirupati has instead said that Sophia had also raised slogans on the flight, but it was Soundarya, the BJP leader, who in fact stayed calm. So BJP defending Soundarya Rajan's action here.
Well,
lost that line with Shrestha. We'll try and connect with her once again. And this incident has happened after the Tuticorin court today granted bail to the Tamil Nadu-based writer who was arrested yesterday for raising anti-BJP slogans in front of the party's Tamil Nadu chief, Tamilisai Soundarya Rajan. The woman shouted "Fascist BJP down now" slogan even while the BJP chief was waiting to collect her luggage after travelling together on a flight. Now, Sophia Lewis was charged with causing public nuisance under Section 290 of the IPC and also for causing breach of public peace.
தூத்துக்குடி விமானத்தில் சென்று கொண்டிருந்தேன். விமானம் தரையிறங்கியது. எனது இருக்கையின் எண் 3, சோபியாவின் இருக்கை எண் 8. நான் 3வது இருக்கையிலிருந்து அவர்களை கடந்து செல்லும் பொழுது விமானத்திற்குள்ளேயே கைகளை உயர்த்தி என்னை நோக்கி எழுந்து பாரதிய ஜனதா கட்சி பாசிச ஆட்சி ஒழிக என்று சத்தம் போட்டார்கள். நான் திரும்பி பார்த்துவிட்டு ஏதோ சின்ன பெண் பேசுகிறார்கள் என்று மறுபடியும் நான் திரும்பினேன். மறுபடியும் அதே கோஷத்தை போட்டாங்க. ஆனா நாகரீகம் கருதி விமானத்திற்குள்ள நான் எனது எதிர்ப்பை தெரிவிக்கவே இல்லை. ஏன்னா விமானத்திற்குள்ள பேசக்கூடாது என்ற விதிமுறை எனக்கு தெரியும். வெளியே இறங்கி கேட்கறதுக்காக நான் நின்று கொண்டிருந்தேன். ஆனா அங்க விமானத்தின் பாதுகாப்பு கருதி, மற்ற பயணிகளின் பாதுகாப்பு கருதி அப்பவும் நான் ஒன்னும் சொல்லல. விமான வரவேற்பறைக்கு வந்தேன். அப்பொழுது என்னை பார்த்து முறைத்து கொண்டே போனார்கள். அப்ப நான் கேட்டேன், விமானத்திற்குள்ள இப்படி கோஷம் போடுவது சரியான்னு கேட்டேன். என்ன நான் சொன்னேன், பேச்சுரிமை இருக்கட்டும், ஆனா மேடை போட்டு பேசுங்க, நானும் விவாதிக்கிறேன், நீங்களும் விவாதிங்க. விமானம் மற்ற பயணிகளுக்கானது, அத்தனை பேருக்கும் அதே உரிமை இருக்கிறது, உங்களுக்கு பேச்சுரிமை இருக்கிறது, அவர்களுக்கு அமைதியாக விமானத்தில் பயணம் செய்ய உரிமை இருக்கிறது. அதனால் பொது தளத்தில் குறிப்பாக விமானத்திற்குள் இப்படி பேசியது தவறு என்று சொன்னேன்.
Shows the intolerance of the state BJP leader and a student who studied abroad and came and sees, especially from Tuticorin, which was very badly affected by the police, and the feeling of Tuticorin, she was shouting there. She would have handled it in a decent manner instead of asking the police to arrest her. She should not have done.
All right, let's go back to our correspondent Shrestha Tiwari, who was getting us all of those updates. So Shrestha, we just heard from T. Soundarya Rajan just a short while back, and the little that we could, make out from what she said was, she stated that I called Sophia and asked her why did she do that, and in fact it is wrong to create nuisance in public. If you could also translate what she said, her entire bite for all our viewers who are watching this live.
Well, Sumita, what she's trying to say is that her argument being that the slogans were raised towards her inside the aircraft as well, but at that point she did not go ahead and respond to this particular student, the co-passenger who had raised these slogans. She did not react inside the aircraft, but when she had again raised this slogan once she had come to the baggage area while collecting her luggage, the student again went ahead and made these slogans. So at that point Tamilisai went ahead and reacted, and she said she did not want to make any sort of ruckus because she's aware about the rules of not creating any public nuisance inside an aircraft, and that is why she did not respond to the co-passenger's words, and only after she got outside the aircraft and when it was unbearable for her and when she felt humiliated is when she went ahead and reacted, is what she's trying to say, and that she wanted to maintain the decency and not, she was worried about the safety of the other passengers traveling in that particular aircraft, Sumita.
Right, Shrestha, we'll come back to you in just a short while from now. But meanwhile, BJP leader Dr. Subramaniam Swamy has also called for a police probe into the lady's background. He's also hinted at her possible links with the LTTE. He's also said that because Sophia comes from Canada, she could very well be associated with terrorist organization LTTE. So BJP leader Subramaniam Swamy has called for a police probe, and that's a conspiracy theory coming from the BJP leader there. He's asked for Sophia's background to be checked, and he's categorically stated that Sophia is from Canada and she could very well be related with terror organization LTTE. In fact, what we heard earlier today was that BJP spokesperson Narayan Tirupati said that Sophia has raised the slogans on the flight, but it was instead Soundarya Rajan, Tamilisai Soundarya Rajan, the Tamil Nadu chief, who had in fact stayed calm. And meanwhile, we've been getting reactions from various quarters. In fact, DMK chief M.K. Stalin has condemned the arrest of Sophia. In a tweet, he's accused the state government and termed it as an act of impinging upon the freedom of speech and expression. Just a short while back, we also got a reaction from Kamal Hassan, who also questioned the police action. And now we have Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, BJP leader, who's stated that Sophia's background be checked. She might as well just be related to terrorist organization LTTE, and he's also hinted at her possible links with the group. And coming out of that story and going to another crucial story, the BJP is addressing the media over alleged links between Congress leader Digvijay Singh and Maoists. Let's quickly cut across.
के लिए उनको कन्विक्टेड उस समय की सरकार के समय हुआ,
और डॉक्टर विनायक सेन को उसके पश्चात अपॉइंट कहां किया गया? प्लानिंग कमीशन में। की प्लानिंग कमीशन कमिटी, द स्टीयरिंग कमिटी ऑन हेल्थ, ड्राफ्टिंग दैट 12th 5-year प्लान। प्लानिंग कमीशन के भी वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट बॉडी स्टीयरिंग कमिटी ऑन हेल्थ, उसमें विनायक सेन को रखा गया। आप बताइए, जो माओइस्ट है, जो कन्विक्टेड हो चुके हैं, उनके प्रति इतना अपनापन। आप उनको एनएसी में, जो देश का सर्वोच्च बॉडी है, आपने बना रखा था अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली, और प्लानिंग कमीशन में आप उनको स्थान देते हैं। और तो और आप ही के समय 2013 में महेश राउत, आपको याद होगा महेश राउत नामक व्यक्ति जो अभी भी अरेस्ट हुए थे भीमा कोरेगांव के समय, वो उस समय भी अरेस्ट हुए थे जब यूपीए की सरकार केंद्र में थी और महाराष्ट्र में कांग्रेस की सरकार थी। महेश राउत को जब पुलिस इंट्रोगेशन के लिए लेके गई तो उस समय ये चिट्ठी आप सबने देखा होगा, आपको पता होगा, ये चिट्ठी किसी और ने नहीं, जयराम रमेश लिखते हैं पृथ्वीराज चौहान को, जो उस समय के मुख्यमंत्री थे महाराष्ट्र के, कि पृथ्वीराज जी, मुझे मालूम पड़ा है कि आपकी पुलिस ने महेश रावत नामक एक व्यक्ति को गिरफ्तार किया है और उसे पूछताछ कर रही है। और ये जो व्यक्ति है महेश रावत, ये कोई साधारण व्यक्ति नहीं था, माओइस्ट भी था, और वहां यूपीए की सरकार ने उन्हें बना रखा था प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स रूरल डेवलपमेंट फेलो। सोचिए जरा, कहां कहां बैठे थे ये सब। पीएम रूरल डेवलपमेंट फेलो की ये हिस्से थे। प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए गांव कैसे आगे बढ़े, उसकी चिंता महेश रावत जैसा व्यक्ति कर रहा था, जिसको गिरफ्तार यूपीए की सरकार ने किया, पूछताछ कर रही थी। तो जयराम रमेश लिखते हैं, मैंने अपने सोर्सेस से पता लगा लिया है, बहुत अच्छा आदमी है ये, बैठे बैठे अपने कमरे में अपने सोर्सेस से पता लगा लिया कि बहुत अच्छा आदमी है, इसको छोड़ दीजिए, क्योंकि इसके बिना प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफिस का काम चल नहीं सकता है। वहां तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री कह रहे हैं कि सबसे बड़ा इंटरनल सिक्योरिटी थ्रेट इन्हीं से है, और वहां उन्हीं की सरकार उन लोगों को पीएमओ में बैठा के पीएम फेलोशिप देके उनको छुड़वाने की कवायद कर रही है, जब उन्हीं की पुलिस उन्हें अरेस्ट करती है। दिस वाज मेन स्ट्रीमिंग ऑफ माओइज्म, मेन स्ट्रीमिंग ऑफ द माओइस्ट एंड नक्सलिज्म अंडर द कांग्रेस रूल। देखिए, जहां तक इंडिया की सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस का सवाल है, वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट लॉसेस, सिंगल डे लॉस, एक दिन में जो क्षति इंडिया के सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस को हुई है, सबसे बड़ा हिंदुस्तान के इतिहास में कोई हुआ है ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार के पश्चात, तो वो दंतेवाड़ा में हुआ है, जब एक ही दिन में 76 ऑफ आवर जवान्स वे लॉस्ट, वो मार्टर्ड बाय दीज नक्सलाइट्स। और इन लोगों को आप प्रोटेक्शन दे रहे हैं, इन लोगों के हक में बोल रहे हैं। मुझे बहुत कष्ट के साथ कहना पड़ रहा है कि कहीं ना कहीं कांग्रेस पार्टी, जब इतने सैनिक मारे जाते हैं, उनके लिए जो स्लोगन है, कांग्रेस पार्टी स्लोगन फॉर द मार्टर्स वुड बी, सैनिकों तुम संघर्ष करो, सैनिकों तुम संघर्ष करो, हमें पता नहीं हम किसके साथ हैं। हम कहते हैं ना कि जवानों तुम संघर्ष करो, देश तुम्हारे साथ है। कांग्रेस का स्लोगन था, सैनिकों तुम संघर्ष करो, तुम शहीद हो जाओ, हमें पता नहीं मगर हम किसके साथ है, तुम्हारे साथ है या इन नक्सलियों के साथ है। क्योंकि जो जो उदाहरण हमने दिया है, ये सारे उदाहरण तो बताते हैं कि ये नक्सलियों के साथ थे। वारावारा राव नामक एक व्यक्ति अरेस्ट हुए थे, अभी भी होम अरेस्ट में है। उनको लेकर कांग्रेस ने हमें टिप्पणी की थी, हमने प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके कितनी बार कांग्रेस के समय वो गिरफ्तार हुए ये सब भी बताया था, उसको रिपीट नहीं करेंगे। मगर क्या यह हकीकत नहीं है कि वारावारा राव की जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, आंध्र प्रदेश रिवोल्यूशनरी राइटर्स एसोसिएशन RWA, जब 2014 में हमारी सरकार नहीं आई थी और कांग्रेस की सरकार थी, तो उस समय लोकसभा में एक प्रश्न के उत्तर में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने ही 74 ऐसे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस दिखाए थे कि ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ये बैन होने चाहिए क्योंकि इनका नक्सली लिंक है। और उसमें नंबर 1 पे किसी का नाम था, किसी संस्था, किसी नक्सली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का, तो वह वारावारा राव के इसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का नाम था, RWA का, रिवोल्यूशनरी राइटर्स एसोसिएशन का। उस समय तो आप जब लिस्ट देते हैं, कोई कार्यवाही नहीं करते हैं, वो अलग बात है, लिस्ट जो आपने दी उसमें नाम लिखा हुआ है, और जब हम कार्यवाही करते हैं तो आप दुहाई देते हैं कि लोकतंत्र खतरे में आ गया। हम सवाल पूछते हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी से कि कांग्रेस, you have compromised the national security for way too long, and very humbly we would give an unsolicited advice to you also, please rename yourself। either you call yourself INCM, that is Indian National Congress Maoist, or the Congress Party of Maoists, because this is the way you are behaving. माओइस्टों के पक्ष में जिस प्रकार से आप आज खड़े हैं, देश की सुरक्षा के साथ कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर रहे हैं, the best thing is approach the election commission and say that we want to rename ourselves, rechristen ourselves, and we want to be called as the INCM, Indian National Congress Maoist, or the Congress Party of the Maoists. 2012 में ही यूपीए ने अपने ड्राफ्ट एफिडेविट में 128 ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आइडेंटिफाई.
Well, that was BJP spokesperson Sambit Patra mentioning that Digvijay Singh has links to Maoists, and he also claims that BJP has accessed the letter that Maharashtra police has got hold of, which is one of the evidences that the police had claimed that justified the protests of 5 human rights activists last week. In fact, he also claims that Congress has civilly compromised national security for far too long. Now, this press conference is coming after the Pune police arrested 5 human rights activists last week, an action that was widely criticized as a crackdown on dissent and free speech. The Supreme Court has now postponed the hearing in that matter to September 6th. Till that time, all the activists are under house arrest. And time now for us to slip into a short break, but we'll be back with lots more on the other side.
You're watching India Ahead.
I wish all the best to India Ahead. I see good times for India Ahead, and they will do good job for India and for public at large.
Hello? Hello, sir. Neha calling from Aisa Vaisa Bank.
hi.
Sir, credit card.
क्रेडिट कार्ड तो मेरे पास नहीं खो गया. तुम्हारे ब्रांचेस कहाँ पे हैं? जाम्बिया, सोमालिया, वेनिस.
Please hold, sir.
No problem. Company ka maal, darya mein dal.
When people from your company travel abroad, insist on a Matrix SIM card so they don't go on and on wasting company money.
Hello, sir. My talk time getting over, sir.
Last 10 minutes, please.
Get free calls and unlimited data with Matrix SIM cards.
India, fasting, feasting, flavors and full tables.
A food show that comes to you straight from the city of the Nizams.
The land of fire and spice.
Really good. An American style with a desi tadka.
Deadly delicious nitrogen ice cream. From bamboo biryani to noodle samosas.
Exotic bamboo biryani. Kebabs and a local Hyderabad cuisine.
Afternoon at 1:30. Only on Mealstone.
India Ahead will have my best wishes always.
Relevant, responsive, responsible. It's about time.
Congratulations to India Ahead and its whole team for the launch. I wish all the success and may you achieve all the heights what you desire to. Congratulations once again.
You're watching India Ahead.
Welcome back. You're watching India Ahead and you're also watching the afternoon news. Let's now cut across to Congress leader Manish Tiwari, who's conducting a press conference on the issue of Tamil Nadu-based writer Sophia, who was arrested yesterday after she raised anti-BJP slogans in a Tuticorin flight.
5 activists from different places in the country. Now, as we had earlier stated, that we may not agree with their views, but we do not dispute their right to hold their view. And then, when you do not have a case which will stand in the court of law, you try and taint public perception by making all kinds of conjectures in the public space. And the High Court has today rightly upbraided the Pune police for attempting to taint public opinion when if they had any substantive arguments to make, they should have been made in a court of law. And this is not the first time that this is happening. This is a pattern which has been playing itself out repeatedly and systematically since 2014. If you would recall, it started with the assault on the students of the Film Institute in Pune. Then there was the unfortunate suicide of Rohit Vemula. Then it was the derecognition of the Perrier Study Circle by the IIT in Madras, apparently because they were critical of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It was stopping the screening of this Kashmiri film, Khoon Diya Barav, in IIT Delhi. It was the vilification campaign launched against the Jawaharlal Nehru University, one of the most prestigious universities in this country. So there is a narrative which the NDA BJP government has been consistently trying to peddle. And that narrative is that there will be only one voice in this country, and that voice would be of the BJP RSS. If anybody else speaks, he will be thrown into jail. If you question the BJP, you are anti-national. If you question the government, you are a traitor. If you question the establishment, you are downright seditious. Is this the country that millions of people sacrifice their lives to bring into existence? Is this the India that we want? And therefore, it is becoming increasingly clear that the battle for 2019 is going to be between fascism represented by the Bharatiya Janata Party and democracy represented by the progressive and pluralistic forces in this country. This is going to be the battle for 2019. It is not merely the removal of a government and its replacement by another. 2019 is going to be a battle for the very soul of India. मैं थोड़ा सा इसको हिंदी में दोहरा देता हूं कि 2 सितंबर 2018 को प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने
All right. Senior Congress leader Manish Tiwari hitting out at the BJP-led NDA government on the arrest and subsequent bail of Tamil Nadu writer Sophia after she chanted anti-BJP slogans while she was on a flight to Tuticorin in front of the Tamil Nadu BJP chief T. Soundarya Rajan. Now, he categorically states that this is a repeated pattern that's been displayed by the BJP, who's trying to stifle dissent, which is a basic tenet of democracy. In fact, he also goes on to say that the BJP believes that there is only one voice in the country, and if you question that voice, that is of the government, you are anti-national. He also made a very interesting point about sounding the poll bugle for 2019. He said that the battle for 2019 is going to be about the BJP, which is representing fascism, and the Congress, which is in fact standing up for democracy. On that note, it's time for us to slip into a quick break, but more news and updates will continue on the other side.
You're watching India Ahead.
Every 1% of GDP spent on health can potentially increase 5% of the country's wealth by preserving lives and deserving livelihoods. By polluting economics and dirty politics, we certainly need a breath of fresh air. Watch me, Sana Khan, as I unearth stories which promise to make a clean and healthy India ahead.
Election year is round the corner.